All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if the mic sounds good, hit that number one, please. Again, if you can hear me, hit that number one. Well, if you can hear me and if it sounds good. If what you hear sounds good, hit the number one. James, Nolan, Pam, Steve, Greg, Kevin. All right, perfect. All right, I'm a little off kilter now. There was some last second stuff I had to get. Anyways, there were some updates that I got to get you from the concrete guy if you were here yesterday. So that's why I'm not technically late, but later than normal. But anyways, first off, for those of you that watch us in the archive, to be very straightforward with you, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is completely a viewer-supported live stream. And the best way to support it, which does save you money anyways, is to use code CLAY. Case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps code CLAY. With any of these prop firms I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. But, wherever you're at in your journey, wherever you're looking to accomplish, maybe you're trading multiple prop firms. Point being, if you want to help support the stream, like I said, any of the promotions that these prop firms are running, code CLAY will give you, will give you that promotion. So you can save yourself some money and also help support the stream. For everybody that has used code CLAY, thank you very much. It does make a very big difference, and it'll keep the party going. So I appreciate it. All right. Ooh, all right, and we got some good action here. So, well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. The date is June 16th. The year is 2026. It is Kit's. It is Kit's birthday. She is 5 today. I think she's 5. All right. But yeah, so unfortunately, I'm in Michigan, or I am in Iowa there in Michigan, so I won't be able to celebrate. But I'll make sure to FaceTime with her later for her birthday. But yeah, it is a big day in the family. As I think we get a break from birthdays because we just had Faye's birthday on May 31st or May 30th, and then we have Kit's. Now we have a break until September for Dot, and then we get a huge wait. No, I take that back. Then we have another birthday in October, and then we get a big break, and then from after that, the next birthday is not until, well, not counting my wife or I's. Then our next one is not until Trip, which is March. Yeah. So yeah, we have birthdays in March. When you have 6 kids, like there's birthdays all over the place. But we have one more now with Jet in October, and then we'll get a little bit of, we get a little miniature break here. But yeah, a lot of birthdays. Anyways, sorry, my mind is all over the place. We're trying to get a fireplace delivered today. The first one showed up dinged. I don't know. I don't think I want to know the markup they must put on these fireplaces. But we had some dings and we were like, hey, and they were great to work with. But their solution was, we'll just send you a new one. Do whatever you want with the one you have right now. I'm like, okay, I mean, it's still usable. It's just got some dings on it and some scratches. You don't want so I guess with the price it would cost to have it shipped back to them and fixed, apparently within their numbers suggest, no, just leave it with them, send them a new one. But so anyways, that is being sent today and scheduled, or sounds like there's some drama with that right now because I hate freight delivery. Okay, we'll deliver it from 12 to 4. And then they're showing up early and it's just, I don't know what's going on. So welcome to the world of, I guess, middle of building the house. But overall, though, a solid morning. Hopefully you're all having a good morning. But yeah, how are all your days going? No, the thing brought my wife. She loves to do birthday cakes, and she does a good job at it too. So no, that's like one of my wife's passions. The kids get to pick like a theme, and then my wife goes to work and makes one. Uh, so Faye just had a birthday, and she's going through she loves dogs, so she asks for a dog's face or just a dog cake. So my wife, she made that. It was good for not being a professional baker. I think I've even posted on Instagram over the years. I remember one year Dot went through Ninja Turtles, so she wanted a Leonardo cake, and my wife did an amazing job with that. But yeah, so long way of saying we don't spend any outside of ingredients. We don't have to go out there and spend absorbent amounts of money on cake. But anyways, I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place. I do apologize for that. But and then all right, now do we have an email that's... Okay, just looking at numbers everywhere I look. All right. Okay. So anyways, the update on the concrete thing. Some of you are like, no, don't pay him, don't pay him, don't pay him. Make sure he comes back and finishes his stuff. So reached an agreement. I'm paying him 80% of what is due. And that way, if he doesn't come back, then I still have plenty of money left over and then some. So at this point, I almost don't want him to come back. If he doesn't come back, then like I said, I'll have to still pay somebody else to do it, but I'll still have extra money left over. Because 80% of what I owe him, more than enough to cover the cost. So at this point, I kind of don't want the guy to come back now. But so that has been resolved. But that is, I wanted to, again, I'm not looking to play games with people. If you do it, I want to pay you. So that is why I was a little bit late and a little flustered, because I was quickly writing the check, wanting to get the check in, because the mailman always comes while I'm doing this. So I wanted to just get that taken care of. All right. Maybe a long down around here for like a double bottom. This is a pivot point right here, so I'm not going to play a long at the pivot point, but getting a short here, that has me a little scared. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even know if I asked this. I am still a little... There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, small town America. Great. So I guess the fireplace was delivered, but it was delivered like at the end of our driveway, but our driveway's pretty long. But a neighbor with a tractor is going to help forklift it up the driveway. Oh, man. I'll tell the bat story in a little bit, Daniel. I don't have time right now. Well, I mean, I have time, but I got too much going on. But yes, the long story short, if you did not see the Facebook post, or not the Facebook post, the YouTube post, got the bat results, no rabies. The bat came back negative. So that was good. I was happy to hear it. Okay, looking for a double bottom here. Am I being too picky? I might be too picky here by wanting to see it hit that white line. Might now look for confirmation. First, no. All right, do I want to try a short up here, though, with the idea that it comes back down to test that? Are you really going to go straight back up? Okay, I'm short. Come on back down now. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take a little scalp here to start things off. Congrats on no rabies. You could. That's true. I mean, in all actuality, we have our comic book stories mixed up anyways. Spider-Man became Spider-Man because of the bite. Bruce Wayne became Well, I mean, there's probably some psychological issues there, but a big factor of why Bruce Wayne was able to become Batman was because of a lot of money. So, per Philly's point, that's true. So I guess code Clay if you want me to become Batman, because that's going to be a requirement. I'm going to need a Batmobile and a suit and like a cave underground with a bunch of cool computers. So code Clay if you want to both feed hungry kids and help me become Batman. So yeah, there we go. Now we have a new spin on code Clay right there, Philly. See, code Clay is just, I mean, it is accomplishing all sorts of stuff. Feeding kids. I can probably like, a part of that will be hiring like a voice coach so I can get my voice right. I'm Batman, you know. Can I be your sidekick? Yeah, I mean, if you want to be Robin, that's cool. Have you checked for a cave on the well, I don't even know if I need a cave. I mean, did he even have a cave or did he just build the cave? Ever think about that? Maybe, I mean, he's so rich, maybe he just had the cave dug out. Can I be your butt? Yeah, that's fine. Prop man. But that is true, Philly. You're right. I could still become Batman. Spider-Man, yes. That'd be unfortunate. You have a cave? Okay. Okay. All right, maybe I don't now it's getting a little sketchy. This pretty nice bear pennant here, which it just broke through. So there's, a form of a bear pennant. Does get continuation though. So I could still see I'm interested in both, but we are today is not yesterday, that's for sure. At least of right now. Yesterday, which did make sense with the contracts, but now I think everybody, well, not everybody, but I think most people have switched over to the U contracts. So I would say if you are not trading this right here, the U contract, whether that's the ES or whatever, probably want to get it on the U's. We had somebody post in the chat room this morning, and the volume wasn't even close. It was the U, I want to say, is now over double the volume. So, yesterday, I think a lot of stars aligned yesterday to make yesterday extra slow, but today is feeling better. But in a good way, not like, oh my goodness, it's almost impossible to trade because it's so volatile, but like in a good way. Who are we even talking? What is going on with the fireplace question mark? Man. Interesting candle here. So potentially, maybe a long here now. Bat would be nice. That would be. Robin with the cave while trading Robin Hood. No, we're no Robin Hood trading here. No. At least if you're day trading. Do not be day trading on Robin Hood. That's a no-go. You trying to save money on heat? No, I like to split wood. And I like to burn wood, but no, we are not. It is for looks, and I like to split wood, so I want to have just a split place to burn it. But yeah, it is going to be a situation where whenever we have a fire, we will be costing ourselves money because a fire, if it's not set up the right way, it's just sucking in the air, so it will be inefficient. It is not to heat the house at all. It will only be for special occasions because it will actually be costing us money to have a fire. But from the health side of things, I'd like to say we're catching up and coming out in the green because long term, I think splitting wood will be a good way for me as I continue to age like a fine wine to stay in relatively good shape, stuff like that. Why I shouldn't? Because if you're day trading on Robinhood, that means you're risking your own funds. And we don't want to be risking our own fund. Or let me put it this way. We want to risk as minimal of our funds as possible, and that's what a prop firm allows you to do. So Robinhood is not a prop firm. So my argument is in the category of day trading, the math, we are in the golden age of day trading. A lot of people don't realize it, But the golden age of day trading is to day trade futures through a prop firm. And the main reason is you have very, very minimal amounts of your capital on the line. Whereas if you are with Robinhood, one bad trade, one stupid move, one tilt session, and you could wipe away potentially all the money you have for your trading journey. So Young, right at the top of your screen there. I recommend, especially for beginners to the prop firm space, Take Profit Trader is who I am recommending. Probably needs a rent grinder and will double dip. I don't know what you mean by I mean, he's not double dipping on me. Like I said, he is the one behind the 8 ball now. He only got 80% of what is owed, and I mean, I owed him quite a bit. So there's a difference there where, yeah, yeah. But if you lose, you still owe them. Yeah, you do owe them, Lindsay, but you don't owe them nearly as much as what you would if so, Lindsay, fair point. But this is Lindsay's kind of illustrated what I would say is a prop firm's main power. And the prop firm's main power, to be fair, it was his suggestion. He's like, hey, 80% would incentivize me to come back. I'm like, deal, man. That's fair. That's fair. In fact, I don't want you to come back now. Please don't come back so I can keep the difference. And I'll just take a little bit of that and pay and have somebody else finish it up. So yeah, I think it was a more than fair thing on his end. But so here's the point. Here's the superpower of prop firms is their ability to reduce consequences. So Lindsay, for example, let's just say, for example, we have a bad trade. Bad trade, let's just define as minus $2,000. Why was it a bad trade? A variety of reasons, just bad trade, $2,000 loss. Now we have two traders, and let's think about their consequences. If you are using your own money, the consequence for that is, well, you lost $2,000 of your own money. Very straightforward. What about the person that was using the prop firm? Well, the person that was using the prop firm, if they bought a 50K account, they spent 102. And one of the rules is, well, you can't lose $2,000. If you lose $2,000, that's a rule violation. Your account is gone. Okay, so now let's think about it. $2,000 loss, what is the consequence for the prop firm trader? Well, they lose their account. But given they only paid 102 for their account, that's how much they actually lost out of their wallet. So again, $2,000 bad trade. Person using their own money, their consequences, losing $2,000. Person using a prop firm, their consequences, losing $102. And that right there is, yeah, it's not like it's free to use a prop firm. The magnitude, though, the reduction of consequences, that is a prop firm's true power. At least that's what I would argue. Their ability to reduce consequences. So the trader gets the same lesson, right? Dumb trade for whatever reason. Oh, yeah, that was bad, and I learned XYZ because of this dumb trade of $2,000. One person literally had to pay $2,000 for that lesson. The other person paid $102 for the same lesson. For me, the math suggests if you can get the same lesson, pay $102 for it, not $2,000. So hopefully that makes sense, Lindsay. And everybody else. Yeah, when you come back, Daniel, ask about the bat story, and I'll tell you at that point. Do we include the annual wall repair cost? Well, if you have an annual wall repair, I'm assuming you also have. No, you still owe. What do you mean you still owe? Who do you still owe? Lindsay, I don't think I don't think you quite understand how prop firms work then. I mean, I'll try, Daniel, but like I can't remember who's like what people when people are like, I know my screen name is this, but call me that. I will try my best, but it's hard to kind of remember what I'm supposed to call everybody other than it's a loan to trade with their money. No, incorrect, Lindsay. Now maybe you saw some sort of prop firm that where it was like that, but not with Take Profit Trader. How I explained it is how it's worked. You don't owe any money. You're literally, they take the account away from you and you're out that $102. So that's how it works. So yes, perhaps you came across a prop firm and that's how it worked. But yeah, I would say avoid that one. You don't want to go with that type of prop firm. Hey, Big Mama. This is my first prop firm experience. I blew 2 test accounts past Friday, went pro yesterday. Dang, W4. Good job, brother. So you're getting your, okay. So how much have you spent so far, W4? Now we can show platform isn't live future. I'm not sure what you mean by that. How much have you spent? So we can go over the ROI calculation real quick. Okay, $300. So right now, so here's where prop firms become looking like a scam. So W4 has bought, he bought 2 accounts, blew those, and then passed his 3rd account. So he had to buy 3 accounts. He spent $300 so far. AK, that's amount he's invested, right? His risk so far has been $300. He just went and he said he's now getting a $1,000 payout tonight. So again, he's blown up a couple of accounts. Now he's getting a payout. His in total amount right now invested was $300. Amount now he's going to get paid with potentially more right there. As of now, he's at a 233% ROI with the potential to grow even more because this number is now fixed. So the higher this number goes, so if he qualifies for another payout of, let's just, I don't know, let's call it $500. So if he can get that up to now $1,500, now what's his ROI? Now it's 400%. His ROI is going to grow very, very, very quickly. Now, this may all seem like a scam, and I understand, but it's not, because if you look at the math of the ROI calculation, it's all about this number right here. The lower you keep that number, then the higher and quicker the ROI is going to explode. And with prop firms, it allows you to keep that number very, very small because, well, when you're only paying $100 for an account, again, that doesn't mean that anything is necessarily easy because trading is not easy. However, it does create the ability for those ROIs. So the $1,000 is after the split. Oh yeah, I should have. Yeah, that's crazy. So there you go. But I didn't even know prop firms like that existed. Sounds like Lindsay has come across one where like you're literally on the hook for the amount or something. But yeah, I would say whatever that prop firm is that Lindsay has stumbled across, there are better choices out there for sure. So W4, I mean, I would assume you were very, very glad that you made the move from small caps into what you're doing now, which is day trading futures through a prop firm. I don't want to speak for you, but I assume you're very happy that you have kicked the small caps to the curb. Because I know a lot of people are still out there because certain individuals want to make it sound like small caps is like the best way to, and it's so not. It's so not the way to go about it. Maybe it was 5-6 years ago, but not anymore. I had a banger last night, just scalping small moves, base it wins. Hey, JP. She must be thinking about leverage accounts. Yeah, I'm not sure what, yeah. I don't know what she's thinking about, but yeah, she is misinformed about the prop firm space. But hey, that is the point of the live stream ultimately. As I've said and will continue to say, I'm not here to try to prove that I'm a good trader. I really don't care what people I've been at this 20 years now. I'm old and crusty. Get off my lawn. I don't care. If you think I'm a terrible trader, that's fine. I'm just here because I want to make people aware of day trading futures through a prop firm and how powerful it is. I blew my account $100 off. Oh. Well, Paige, at the end of the day, it happens. I can't say we've all been there, but I hear you. Yes, I'm done with small caps. You gave me 2 weeks, a week and a half ago. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying is small caps, penny stocks, low floats. I get it. They seem to give big percentages, but when you peel back the math, it's like, wow, I need a lot more money, which means I have a lot more risk. I need really big moves. And even with needing bigger money, having bigger risk, needing bigger moves, I'm still making less than the prop firm world because in prop firms, you don't need as big of moves just based on how futures move. And you don't need a lot of money, which means you don't have a lot of risk because as I just showed, you can buy prop firms for such low amounts of money. So, I mean, the math is just, it is not in the small cap trader's favor anymore. SOX and it would be example of leverage ETFs. Right. But that doesn't really solve anything because you still need a lot of money to trade those leverage ETFs. Double dip will. Oh, I see, John. I see. Yeah, just in a general sense, yeah. I thought you meant like somehow you use double dipping on me in a way, and I'm like, I'm not. But yeah, okay. Thank you for the clarification. And that's interesting. That makes sense. And to his point, and to his credit, that would make sense for him to do it. Yeah, exactly, W4. Not even close. You're better off investing in index funds. Correct. Yes. I don't have any. Now, when it comes to stocks and stuff like that, in the category of investing, I'm all for it. In the category of investing, I invest in stocks. I invest in all that sort of stuff. In the category of investing, options are great. Covered calls, cash secured puts. There's some cool stuff you can do with options in the category of investing. But in the category of day trading, stocks, options are garbage. What do you think about tomorrow's new FOMC guy? I don't know anything really about this guy. I have no idea. So yeah, I don't have any thoughts. I mean, I could give you thoughts, Nero, but I would be making them up right now as I go. And I don't think you're asking me to just make up thoughts randomly. All right, well, I do like how it's holding up. One of those things where, okay, nice candle there. Okay, nice bounce. Are we going to roll right back over? But with the bounce up, it seems to be maintaining. So I'm growing more and more bullish that I might take a swing at it. Maybe this is some sort of bottom here that's forming. But like I said, I'm not totally convinced yet. He's the best, the greatest, really. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, back to that, John. I do agree. Like 20%, like I said, the difference, and we're talking thousands of dollars where if he doesn't come back. So, yeah, I find it hard pressed that he won't come back. Like I said, all I know is this. I'm now in the spot where I'm actually wanting him not to come back so that I can go and play the difference, right? Take the money that I've now saved, spend a little bit to have it fixed, and then, like I said, have a little extra cash flow in my pocket. So I'm in the spot that I want to be. So I would say, seems very, very likely that he will come back now, given that I actually don't want him to come back. I did not rookie because there's nothing to go over. I really only do recaps. I only do the we need to have a talk. If like like the day where I blew a couple of accounts, like those are the days where I'll do that. But yeah, I don't do updates every day just because some days it's like, there's nothing really to talk about. So in other words, rookie, whenever I say we need to have a talk at 11 a.m., odds are not good. Not good. I bet on. Well, I mean, it seems like he would be hanging himself out to dry if he didn't come back. Wow, period. These freight companies are ridiculous, period. What neighbor is it? Question mark. My goodness. Oh, man. Freight shit. I get it. I understand. I understand that a freight company can't be like, we're going to be there at 12:37 p.m. But like, if you're going to give us a 4-hour window, again, I do understand. Like, okay, 4-hour window, that is still a lot. But when you show up like 3 hours before the 4-hour window and then nobody's there to help and receive, it's just like, well, what are we supposed to do with that? I know. I know a lot of you are like, for goodness sake, Clay. I cannot wait until your house is built so that we don't have to hear you vent about all this stuff. Sick and tired. I know. I'm sick and tired of it too. Let them wait. Yeah, I guess, but I don't know like if they really would ever gonna wait. Maybe they would. I don't know. But anyways, long story short, they left it at the end of our driveway because the guy didn't think he could get it up the driveway. Um, yeah, all right. Just a minute. I got to make a call. Hey, I'm live streaming, so kind of give me the cliff notes. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you know which neighbor it was? Uh huh. Oh, yeah, across the second field on the other side of English Creek. Oh, yeah, I've met him before. I met him when we were looking at it. Oh, no, that doesn't sound familiar. No, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, so way up there. Did you? Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, yes. Well, it's good to know that he's a nice neighbor then. Good. Oh, oh, like right away type thing. Gotcha. So, good. Well, good. Okay. Yeah, maybe just text it over, but yeah, sounds like it's all under control now. Yeah, I think for him, it's just he'll just set it down somewhere. So, yeah. Anyways, I should probably get back to the stream. So, okay. Well, yeah, I'll cross that bridge at that time. Okay. Yeah, I'll send his number over. Okay. 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 Bye. All right. Clay, I got funded in 2 days. Good job, Cody. Wait, why does your name look familiar? Why does your name look familiar, Cody? Did you leave a comment on the video? Save Gotham. No, again, per Philly's point, I could still become Batman because in all actuality, the fact that Bat did not have rabies is not doesn't line up with the comic books anyways, right? That's Spider-Man. The only thing that is keeping me from becoming Batman right now is got to use more Code Clay because I need a big expensive suit. I need the Bat Cave. I need the Batmobile. I need a butler. So Code Clay to feed hungry kids and buy a bat suit. Okay, Cody. Then yeah, all right. There's I can't pull it up right now, but never mind, Cody. There's another person that left kind of a comment. I'm like, wait, what? But that's not used. Hey, thank you, broski. Yeah, Bruce Wayne was probably just like his bat suit was probably giving him rabies shots as it goes. Okay, I'm looking for potentially a bounce here along. Want to first shade hit that white line. Okay, there we go. We'll look for a long if it comes up to that green line. Maybe like a fake break of this low right here or some sort of double bottom. So only willing to get long though if it comes up to that green line. So let's see if we, if it's going to keep dropping, well then never mind. As of now, looking like a never mind. I guess I could come down a little bit more. Again, for any of you that were not maybe here earlier, the bat results did come back. No rabies. No rabies. Green the eval haven't. Oh, that's right, Brian. Yeah, you passed your 50K yesterday. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Deadeye. It's one of those things where I realize, okay, per the statistics, like I probably shouldn't have like even really had it been a thought on my mind, but I don't know. It was. It was. So it's nice to have that off my mind now. All right. Well, right now we just wait. Let me cook real quick. Let me cook real quick. I might have to try along that line. I think. Do we have a falling wedge right now? Falling wedge is actually a bullish pattern. No, that's not really. Okay, I am still interested in that lower trend line though. Okay, looking to get long at the green line, looking for a bounce off this lower. No, 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 no. All right, well, let me squeeze this out. Is there another area? No, I don't want to. Ooh, 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 ooh. There it is. There it is. All right, here's the falling wedge that I'm going to keep an eye on, which is a bullish pattern. Whereas a rising wedge, I could see you thinking that's the bullish one. So whoever named the rising and falling wedges, though, that's the one pattern that's always stuck with me that I can see being a little confusing. Like if you just ask somebody, okay, is a rising wedge good or bad? I can see most people saying, oh, that's good. If I were to say a falling wedge, is that good or bad? Oh, that's bad. That's bearish. Well, I'm just thankful. I am very, very grateful that we got the bat because without the bat, then it's just like, yeah, the odds aren't good, or the odds are very, 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 very good that you don't have that the bat was not infected. So like, but it could be. So yeah, you probably want to get the shots. You probably want to go through the sequence. But thankfully, my baboon reflexes must have knocked the bat out after it bit me. So we were able to test the bat. So yeah, very, very grateful that somebody was here yesterday saying uh, they had a bad experience, but they couldn't, they didn't have the bat. So they had to go through all the, get the shots and stuff like that. But okay, looking for a long right there. Again, trying to play the bottom tread line here. So hopefully it cares about the bottom trend line. If it doesn't, well, I'll have a losing trade then. Your dad was bitten by a bat. Did he have the bat? Was the bat? Okay, here we go. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I'm in. Come on, bottom trend line. Do your job and hold. Come on. All right, this is. Come on. Remember, trend lines aren't exact. Come on. Get bouncing now. Get bouncing. Come on. Hmm. Buy some more right there. Really have a hard time believing it's not going to at least come up and retest that trend line. Is it really now just going to completely disregard it? I'm looking to buy some more at that green line. Come on. Okay, added. Come on now. I'll take it. I'll take it. Can always get back in, but when you add, I want to see things go in my favor very, very much. All right, Cody. Well, if that is with good risk habits and risk management, good job. But yes, so the quick bat story. Friday. So we had a wedding for my niece in Michigan. So drove in on Thursday. Technically arrived Friday morning at like 1:30 a.m. But regardless, at 5 we woke up and my wife going, "There's a bat," and sure enough, there was a bat flying, swooping down back and forth. So long story short, we got it and trapped it in what is basically my in-laws' office. And we're like, all right, we'll address that in the morning. That was crazy. Who'd ever thought we'd wake up to a bat flying around? Um, so next day, looking around the office, me and my father-in-law are like, okay, not it. Well, we don't see it, but that makes sense because they're nocturnal. It's day now, so it's probably hidden because they have like books and stuff like that. It's probably hidden in one of these nooks or crannies. So whatever. And then I was like, okay. Well, I went down and my mother-in-law was like, um, if you're still gonna work in there, yeah, the bat probably won't come out, but maybe just take out the screen of the window and leave it open. If it shows up, and you can just skew it out the window. So, oh, that's a good idea. So I was up there, and in hindsight, right? Hindsight, everything. Hindsight trading, hindsight bat management. Um, the last I saw it before I closed it at night it was like kind of banging its head on the window trying to get out. The window that I was going to remove the screen from. So why it did not dawn on me at all that maybe that's where it's hiding right now, I don't know, because I am a baboon. But anyways, as I was getting the screen out, I was kind of having some struggles, and I remember hearing like a weird noise, and then boom! Oh, what was that? And I looked at my finger, blood on it. However, those natural reflexes, those baboon reflexes, were good because I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I think I just got bit. Looking around, man, maybe I didn't. Did I get pinched? And then I looked to head out of the office, and in the doorway is the bat just laying there. I guess it was still alive. So I grabbed the screen, I threw it over. I went down and I was like, well, to my in-laws, I was like, good news, bad news. Good news, I got the bat. Bad news is I got bit in the process. And they were like, what? However, because we had the bat, and so, my mother-in-law hops on the phone, calling the health department, blah, blah, what should we do? Okay, well, you should send it in for testing. And because you were bit in the finger, we have time. Rabies is a very slow moving thing, and especially in extremity. So let's not jump the gun on things. Good thing you got the bat. Throw it in the fridge because we're going to be testing its brain and want to keep that brain material. So yes. So then had to wait all weekend long, and then yesterday didn't even get the results until later in the day. but it came back negative. No rabies. Whoa, whoa, my platform just logged out. There we go. So yeah, that is the bat story. Dang, bats are a protected animal. Well, not against this baboon, they're not protected. If you bite a dented baboon, you're going to find out the hard way that us dented baboons have reflexes. So that reflex, I don't know if it was clasped on my finger. So as I went like that, okay, I'm going to get spicy. I think that is because both bite marks are not perfect circles. One is like a line, like there's like it horizontal in my finger, this one right here. So my theory is it did. The reason why I was able to like chuck it probably against the wall and knock it out was because it was like both teeth were in there. But as I went like that, its one tooth was like stuck in my skin and was like cutting my skin as it went before it, flew off. So that's the only way I can think of because I don't remember feeling anything on the back of my hand like I smacked it. I think just when I went like that, its tooth, it was stuck in me for that. Again, this all happened in a split second. But now that I look at the location of the bites, it is not like two like, it's one and then one with a goes like that. So that is the bat story. I am thankfully. Now, again, I look at the statistics and bats in the wild, it's like 1 out of every 200 has rabies, which is 0.5%. So I'm like, okay, the odds seem in my favor. Now, if you come across one and like bite one, then it's like I can't remember the right terms, but it's like a bias sampling, meaning okay, well, if you were ever to even get bit by a bat, it would mean you'd have to get close enough. And the ones that usually are able to get close enough to, because either they can't fly because they have rabies, or they're sick and demented because they have rabies, like that is where I saw like statistics saying anywhere from 6 to 10%. So of like those bats that you're actually able to get access to, that could even bite you, then it jumps up to 6 to 10%, which again, still very much so in my favor, but man, 1 in 10 is, again, 1 in 10, good odds in my favor. But however, I did think like, okay, the bat could clearly fly. It wasn't acting goofy or anything. It was just somehow got trapped in the house. That explains why you like to stream. That's a valid theory. Why I like to stream in my van down by the river. I wonder. Hey, Wigwam, are you done watching the live stream now? Wigwam, I think he's a bat. Dang, bats are a protected animal. CSI with bats. Kind of. And I have nothing against bats. I'm well aware. In fact, when we got to the homestead, I plan on building, or I would assume you can build them, but I want to get some of those bat homes or whatever, because I know they do great work for like mosquitoes and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything personal. But if you're going to bite the baboon, you got to realize us baboons have reflexes. I will, yeah. I'll name the bat box after his name. Exactly, JP. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's probably better methods of letting them bite you and then using that to throw them against the wall. Probably better way to go about it. But yeah, yeah, I don't even know. Oh, really? I've never heard anything like that, Wigwam. I wonder if that also depends on what state you live in. I would assume some states probably require way more paperwork than other states. Yeah, good story now. And now you trade during the day in your Batman. That's true. That's true. There we go, Marius. We are cooking. We are cooking. We're going to put together a great thing that we can create a cult around. He isn't wrong. I must have missed something. Are you saying bat houses are bad because they could attract a wrong type of bat? Is that what you're warning against, John? I am well open to the idea that maybe I have some blind spots in my logic when it comes to wanting bats around. Okay, maybe a short here. Just dawned on me. I mean, coulda, shoulda, would at this point, but man, that would have been a nice long had I not scalped out. Oh, so this time you're going to perfectly bounce off my lower trend line. When I buy, you gotta act like this. But if I don't buy, then you just bounce perfectly. Isn't that amazing? Beautiful bounce. I guess right there it did technically hit it, but this is like as beautiful as it gets. Hey, Stockdad, where have you been, brother? Okay, now you're falling. Okay, maybe a double bottom here. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. There is. I'm going to start a little bit smaller here. If I need to add, I will. Thinking maybe a fake break of this current. Okay, I'm in long. Well, doggone it. Figures I go with only 2 and then I get like the immediate bounce. Had I gone with 5 or 8, it'll probably just kept on dropping. Had multi-million pipeline job delayed months from protected bats. Oh, really? In Ohio? All right, Stockdad. Good stuff there, brother. As always, Stockdad dropping the 3 numbers. A man of courage. Not a lip flapper. Batman underpants. That'll be my first purchase with code, again, code Clay to feed hungry children and help me become Batman. Because the bat bite is not gonna, the bat bite is not gonna do it. Clay, you idiot, that's Spider-Man. I know. All right, I'm going back up to 5. Let's see. If I get in here at it, let's call it 11 and my stop is down. Ooh. Dang, that's like a 20. That's about a 30-point risk. I don't think I want to risk 30 points. Oh yeah, it's still spicy out there today. Yeah, let's go with 3. Okay, I'm long. Ah, doggone it. I thought I was timing it as it made one of those little pushes up, but like right when I hit it, it did one of the dips. So I don't even know if I made it. Well, I think I made a couple bucks, but shoot. Just doing scalps right now. Rabies, yeah. Rabies, very, very, very high lethality rate. But also, there are very, very few rabies deaths like worldwide every year. Just because you have a lot of time to deal with it. So yeah, high fatality rate, but you have plenty of time to deal with it. But yeah, it is scary. Yeah, Johnny got the test result negative. So we're good. The bat did not. Well, my wife didn't tell me, and I'm glad she didn't. But I guess when she dropped the bat off, they're like, all right, well, we'll let you know if it was positive, negative, or inconclusive. So had I known that the entire weekend that there's a chance it just comes back inconclusive, that would have made it way worse. So that was a good call on my wife's part to not tell me that that was even a possibility. No, really, because if symptoms come, you cannot do anything and you die. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, right, Anton. Agreed. But what I'm saying is you have a lot of time to get done what needs to be done before symptoms were to show up because of the long incubation period. So yeah, I've learned a little bit about rabies, and there's an incubation period which can last for quite a while. I saved my cat from a rabid fox once. Had to get the whole slew of shots in the belly and arms. Oh wow. Glad you didn't ask what the error rate on the test is. Well, I would assume that's why they probably have the. See, why do you got to say stuff like that? That's actually a jerk move. That's actually a jerk move. Because now I'm like, maybe I should get the shots. Maybe the test had an error in it. Great. Now I'm back on being stressed out. Maybe I should just get the shots now. Because yeah, maybe the test was messed up. Maybe there's an error rate in the test. I think the cure is just the like the vaccines and stuff that help you fight it. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Screw Brian. Well, I'm pretty sure the mere fact that they have an inconclusive is like if there's any chance that there's an error, that's probably why it's inconclusive. That would be my guess. Again, okay, so this is why I can't do this because I've told the story. We got the bat. The bat was tested. The test came back negative. Yes, in most cases for people, I realize I'm very blessed and grateful that we actually got the bat. But yeah, if you don't trap the animal that gets you and you can't test it, then yeah, even though the chances are still very very low that the animal had rabies, like you don't know. So that's where people just go through the test of shots. But in this situation, because of my baboon reflexes, we got the bat because I knocked the bat out. Chance of rabies tests being wrong are well under 1%. Thank you, W4. They field kit test it first, then further lab. Yeah, this one was sent to a lab, so okay. Brian's going on a vacation. He's pissing me off. Wow, we are just bleeding. So, well, at this point, we do have a pivot down there, but does it really go all the way down to the pivot? That'd be kind of crazy. Lab tests are virtually 100%. Right. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I understand lottery logic. Like, okay, like it's virtually 0% you're going to win the lottery. But like, I understand it happens. No, this will be the last time I talk about it. I did want to talk, or I just want to just bring that up just to kind of bring some closure to it. My internet is bad today. You keep freezing. When that happens, I get behind and I confuse. Oh yeah, understandable, Southpaw. You should start doing it, dude. You try to get a bat. Those things are fast. Wow. Is there what's oil doing right now? No, oil is not creeping up. So this just seems like I guess just the bleed right now. I want to catch a knife though. Let's see. Let's see how this candle here forms. Yes, I'd like to try to catch a knife, but I want to do it responsibly. But I mean, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're now working on our 7th red candle in a row. Surely a green candle is coming soon, but that's also very sketchy logic. Hey, Serpent. So I was talking with one of the electricians yesterday, who was watching. So funny side story. I don't know if Robert's here right now, but Robert's one of the electricians working on my house. He discovered, or it came up in a conversation that I have a live stream. So he's been watching it a couple times. I've watched it on the job site. But when I walk up yesterday, and the first thing he says to me is, "You here for a scalpy scalp?" But so that was funny. I bet many people here want to see it. I should buy one and just show up at some point as a joke. That'd be funny. Okay. Might have a long here. Nice candle. Would like to see it come down a little bit more. All right, I'll just. No, why are you blinking? So annoying. Well, let's do this real quick. I'm going to F5 it. This might be one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Refresh while in a trade. Let's see if the... Look at that. Blue line done. Now let's get the bounce. I'll take that. Okay, there we go. A little risky to quick refresh in the middle of a trade, but I mean, that lasted all of 2 seconds. But that is the fix. If you are on the browser, just refresh. I'm on the desktop, so that was F5. I think it was Todd. Either Todd, Ty, or Philly, I think, told me the F5 trick. No, his vacation's got another 25 minutes. Thursday is triple witching. Might get. I don't know. For me, I think there's a lot of confirmation bias with that. All the triple witching stuff. Okay, I'm back to being bearish biased now. I'm going to try to go with the trend. Do want to see this bounce up a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not interested in longs anymore. I'm trying to go with the trend. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce. Ideally, odds seem to suggest it'll be a dead cat bounce. Right? There is a bounce with the, well, I mean, there's a lot, a lot of this, right? There's a bounce within the trend. Dead cat bounce. Dead cat, little miniature bounce there. Dead cat bounce right there. This one took a little bit while to become a dead cat bounce right there. Dead cat. Does this mean that this one will also be a dead cat bounce? Nope, no guarantees, but that does seem to be. Ooh, I like to see this. Come on, oil, keep coming down. Keep coming down, brother. It wasn't you, okay. I think it was Todd. You spoke with my wife Abby, period. She said you were going to help us get the fireplace up our driveway, period. Thanks so much, period. If you need some help, comma, I'll be around this afternoon from 1:30 and beyond, period. Okay, all right, here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm interested in a potential short up around our good friend, the 21 EMA. Maybe it got close enough. Okay, I'm in short. They'll probably now go up into the 21 EMA, which just illustrates the, sometimes it's. Put my first target right there. So let's see if this is indeed another dead cat or if this thing is finally some sort of bottom here. But beautiful candle right here. Come on, hit me. Come on down a little bit more, brother. Oh, come on. That's always annoying. Added some more right there. See if we can get the rejection off of the 21. Come on, brother. Come down. Come on. Man, oil is continuing to just plummet. Love to see it. Come on. Get below that blue line. Let's go. Come on. Oh, are you... Come. Let's not just bounce right off the blue line. There you go. Come on. Come on. Okay, this will be a green trade now. There we go. Now just a question of how big of a green trade. Going to move the stop down in my favor as it goes in my favor. There we go. Keep on dropping, brother. Do it. Drop some more, bro. Okay, I'll take that, brother. Thank you, brother. You're beautiful to me. Doxo. I guess people are right. Clay, just trade the trend. Now, that does bring about the question, well, what trend, right? Even this illustrates why just trade the trend is just such a silly saying. Because there are some people that would say that was a counter trend trade. Well, because they're like, well, the trend is up, Clay. And you're right. In a very, very short term sense, that was an uptrend. But some of you are like, no, Clay, that was a good trend because the overall trend is still very much so down. Agreed. That is where just trade the trend. People that say that reveal they have no idea what they're talking about because they don't even like what trend. So had that been a losing trade, some people, well, I don't know, because we generally have a good chat, but like somebody somewhere on some chat would have told the live streamer, why were you going against the trend? Trade the trend. It's like, well, so hopefully that makes sense. So the long story short, if you want to reveal yourself as a total newbie to somebody, tell somebody to just trade the trend. And you have officially, all right, this guy is pretty new. Or this girl is pretty new. Or this furry is pretty new. Ooh, Doc. So am I about to get another one? I am. Now this one is just going to be very straightforward. So short at the red line, stop green line. That's true. Just got to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. That's true. What an idiot I am. Okay, am I about to get filled here? That red line turns blue. I'm in. I'm in. Okay, here we go. Let's see. What a crazy turnaround as of now. We'll see if we can get smacked down or not, but wow. From looking like it was totally going to roll over to all of a sudden this, that's pretty wild. And that green line is my stop. A couple of targets here. Looking like I'm about to get stopped. But we'll see what happens. Come on. Come on, hit that first target. And I am close. I am stop. Ooh. Stop. Stopped out. All right. Well, what a comeback. That was pretty wild. Solid red to just V-shape straight back up. That was... New to your stream. Can I ask what your logic is using 21? Not one I've seen. Really? You never seen the... No, well, first off, this is not the 21 day. We're on the 2 minute. So this is the 2 minute time frame. But that's kind of wild. A lot of people seem to use the 21 EMA. But my logic is there's a pretty good track record with it. Nothing is a holy grail, but I do think the 21 EMA is something worth consider. But my logic is I've had good I've had good success with it. The futures market, for whatever reason, I would assume a lot of people use it, which is what's kind of producing some of these self-fulfilling prophecies. Thank you, Matt. Yes, good answer. U.S. Iran deal allows... Yeah, that would make sense, Johnny. Or I'm sorry, Jimmy. I sent him a text letting him know that I can help him out anytime this afternoon. Hey, Jim or Timbo. Man, what is my name? Now I almost call it Timbo Jimbo. Any indicator that works means the market is using it as well, I'd say. I mean, kind of. But that also means define what works, because nothing works all the time. So you cannot define anything as work defined as every single time. Because yes, if you look hard enough, you can say, well, see, Clay, the 21 EMA was stupid because it never went up there. So if you're waiting for the 21 EMA right there, it didn't hit it before rolling over. But I mean, if you look hard enough, that rejection point was probably, the Ethiopian pivot point using Fibonacci spheres, right? So I mean, if you look hard enough, there's always something that you can find somewhere of why a price bounces from where it was. Man, took some bad hits last 20 minutes, blew my earnings from long morning of... that's never fun, Brad. Sorry to hear. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I'm like, why was I talking about the electrician earlier? Because somebody was like, oh, man, having a good day. And I'm thinking, yeah, we'll see if it stays that way. Because walked in yesterday, the electrician talked with him. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, did you watch any of the streams? He's like, yeah, man. You were having a great day. Good job. And I'm like, oh, you didn't see the end, huh? He's like, oh, no. I'm like, yeah. The number that you were seeing, that's not how it ended. So if you were not on yesterday's live stream, it kind of started like this one, pretty solid. And then the wheels fell off. I still was green, but not anywhere close to how I was, which has been, and I think it's just a function of the markets right now. I don't know, unless I've just become a terrible, terrible afternoon trader, but like the wheels crap. No, don't even tell me this trend line was right on. Okay, I need to get rid of that one. Is this trend line still doing work? Stop it. Come on, Tradeovate. A lot of people are watching. Don't be stupid. Okay. So I'm not even looking at the current price. Right now, my eyes are fixed on that point because that's where I want. And I don't want it to be biased. So I want to just put the trend line right there and we'll see how it all played out. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Right there, basically. Not the perfect rejection. Yeah, Philip, I mean, there is no magical indicator out there. So it's not like, for example, it's not like you're going to one day try the 21 EMA or the 37.32% SMA and then all of a sudden become profitable. The profitability is more so your ability to manage emotions and stuff like that. Does TPT have the credit for pro? What do you mean have a credit for pro? You mean like the zero activation fee credit, MDB? It's a chop fest? Yeah, I would not call this a chop fest. I'd call this, we're in a pretty nice downtrend right now. But that's for me, my strategy, Brad. I realize you might be looking at something different that would have you calling this a chop fest. The Iraq VWAP is holding stronger than the Roman Empire. It's true. You know what? You know what's crazy? You know what's and this I'm guessing a lot of you heard this and be like, dude, really? But the Roman Empire lasted for how long? I know it lasted for more than 1,000 years, but let's just say the Roman Empire lasted for 1,000 years. And then you look at how old America is, and it's like, it feels like from our vantage point, man, America's always been here. But then you look at it from a historical standpoint, and you're like, man, America hasn't even really hit puberty yet compared to the Roman Empire. Yes, MDB. Code Clay, all caps, gives you right now their limited sale at Take Profit 40% off and zero activation with code Clay. So yes, on that note, Take Profit Trader is running a special deal right now. Not sure when it will end, but it was 30% off accounts. Now it is 40% off and no activation fee for the life of the account. The trendline break was a chop fest bro card. That's called liquidity run. I mean, or you could just call it a fake breakout. I don't know why we got to call things. Why don't we just call it what it is? It broke out and it turned out to not be real. Therefore, it was fake. It was a fake breakout. But yes, I know. People's desire to sound smart. I will say, oh man, look at that liquidity run. What? Whereas for me, I just say, oh, it was a fake breakout. Because I think even my children, I could say a fake breakout and they'd be like, oh, so something broke out, but then it didn't keep breaking out because it was fake. Because I know what fake means. So if you call something a fake breakout, oh, okay. Now, if I were to tell my kids that was a liquidity run, they'd be like, huh? That's kind of always my metric. Not fake if it was a huge order that pushed market down. Okay, I'm confused. If this is the trend line and the price goes up through, to me, that's a breakout. It is broken the level. Now, whether or not it gets continuation is going to determine whether or not it's a true one, right? But if it just goes like that, I would call that a fake breakout. Because it did break out. It broke out of your resistance right there. False breakout, right, yeah. I call it the Panama pivot point. A lot of old Forex traders and traders that came after 2020 call it, yeah, exactly. I know. Yes, the cult, people that come from a certain cult, they I don't know what it is, but people's desire. I will say this, and I've been out of the stock market trading now for a couple of years, but I don't ever remember all this stupid sounding lingo. Like to give stock traders and option traders, I just, like I said, maybe it's out there now, But I never heard of all these liquidity runs and liquidity this and blah, blah, blah until I got into the futures market. I think America's current empire outfeats. What does outfeat mean? I've heard of defeat. So if you are defeated, that means you lose. But what is outfeat? Does that mean outperform, like you win? I don't know what you're talking about, Brad, but hey, you know what? If stuff like that helps you in your trading, then more power to you, brother. More power to you. To me, I'm trying to keep things simple. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it with all these supposed back deal transactions where people are smoking cigars. And again, to me, that's just unnecessary. But if it helps you out, more power to you. Right, Brad. Yes, that exactly like the movies. I think you do realize though that like just because it happened in a Hollywood movie doesn't necessarily mean that's how it happens in the real world, right? You do realize that Hollywood embellishes some things, even those movies that say based on a true story. So yeah, I'm not quite sure citing a Hollywood movie is a good source of anything. What's your source for that? Well, I saw a movie once. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can you imagine writing a paper in high school and then like on the wow goodness, I'm old. What's the thing called where you cite your sources? What is that overall thing called? Your bibliography? What is the page where you have to show your sources? What's that called? Just your it's just references? What's the bibliography then? I thought it was yeah, okay, Philly. It is bibliography. I don't remember it being bibli Yeah, thank you. A bibliography is an alphabetized list of the sources. Yeah, okay. So I guess the term that makes me sound kind of smart is bibliography. Anyways, in the bibliography, in the references, could you imagine like you make a claim within your paper and then on the bibliography, the source is just I saw it in a movie once. I'm not quite sure that's going to hold snuff. I saw it in a movie once. Works cited is a newer term. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I've been out of high school for a while. Back in my day, when I hiked to school uphill both ways, we called it a bibliography. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, bibliography is like me calling things liquidity runs. It's like, huh? I guess the whippersnappers these days can't handle such big terms. They got to just call it works cited. Yeah, exactly. Reference Happy Gilmore at the yeah the one exactly. I saw it in a movie once, and then you give the timestamp. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that handles. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you saw something in a movie once and it was a movie about trading, and that helps you out with your trading and being consistent and managing risk, go for it. Go for it. More power to you. But I think the quality of a term, how do you judge that? And feel free to disagree, but I would say the quality of a term is the term that most people can intuitively understand. Yeah, my point is this. I'm not quite sure how any of that is going to help out on a 1 minute, on a 2 minute, on a 5 minute chart. I will concede that, yeah, if you're a sway trader or a swing trader, I can see that sort of stuff mattering. But that sort of stuff on the 2 minute time frame, I'm sorry, I don't see how that's really bearing on anything. And even if that's what's going on, I don't care. At the end of the day, it's still supply and demand. Well, people made a deal, blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly. Supply and demand. There was supply, and a deal was made because of demand, right? So I'm just a believer that the chart will tell me what's going on with the deal, right? But again, I am a dented baboon. I am stupid. That's why I use the kiss method. Keep it simple, stupid. John, you have had a good, yeah, John. All right, I am thinking short here. I'm gonna get this trend line out of the way. So if this thing wants to come back down, I am gonna try a short. Like I said, if it wants to come back down, 5 minutes looking kind of juicy here. Well, as of now, I will try a short up here. I did not buy any SpaceX. No, they don't meet my criteria right now. In my financial journey and my financial goals right now, I'm not looking for capital growth. I'm looking for passive income. And given SpaceX does not pay a dividend, I'm not really interested. But yeah, if I was interested in capital growth, I can understand taking a swing at it with SpaceX, but that's just not where I am. That's right. I like some G cow. Right, Brett. Again, you're trying to figure out why candles look the way they are, and you're like trying to peel back many layers. Fine. I'm just not doing that. I don't feel like devoting my brain power. Why did that green candle look so big? Why did it get so big? Why did it happen so fast? I would just say because a bunch of buyers showed up and the supply, there was just way more buyers than sellers, and that's why it returned up so much. Right here, I would just say more sellers showed up than buyers. There was more supply than demand. And then we had a change in the supply demand equation right there. All of a sudden, a lot of demand showed up, not a whole lot of supply, therefore prices went right back up. But I don't care beyond that. I don't Well, who was the demand? Was it somebody wearing blue or brown trousers? I don't care. That's true. It was the Illuminati. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? You're right. It was the Illuminati. Hey, thank you, Jocko. First off, for using code Clay, and good job with your past account. I'm trying to get short at the red line, by the way. Hello, Wolfpack. All right, I'm not sure. Ooh, that was a little delayed. Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay. It was the guys. Yeah, maybe it was the people in the white van. I don't know. I don't know who the supply and demand is. I just don't care. Because practically speaking, as a trader, I just need to know supply and demand, which is where candlesticks really help out. I just need to know how supply and demand, how buyers and sellers are interacting. That's all I care about. Who these buyers are, what their motivations are. I don't care. If you do care and if you want to try to figure out who these buyers are, what their motivations are, what their favorite meatloaf is, that's fine. Go for it. Let's go for it. But I have the brain of a baboon. I can only handle so many thoughts and curiosities. That's right, favorite meatloaf. Some people want to figure that stuff out. They think it gives them an edge. Ooh. If these buyers like, okay, I gotta, we about to get rejected here by the 50. Let's see. I'd like to see it pop up a little bit more, then might go for a short right around here. There we go. Nice. Okay. Gonna go for a short there if it wants to come back down. All right, never mind. Glad I waited for confirmation because it's up right now. Yeah, I mean, stupid. That's true. Maybe that helps you out. I love meatloaf with ketchup. Exactly. Yeah. Do these sellers like meatloaf with ketchup or not? If you can form that into a trade plan and a strategy for yourself, more power to you. And I also say, I mean, if you can start to like do, I mean, you can form probably a pretty cool sounding system. Potentially build a cult around it. You know. Oh, has anybody seen the video of it's a bar in Boston with a bunch of the Scottish people for so World Cup singing Country Roads? Has anybody seen that? Amazing. I've been on that kick right now of watching all the video. So I will say this: World Cup. I don't know whose idea it was to bring the World Cup to America, but it's been. I'm on a kick right now of all these people that are taking footage and like, dude, America's awesome. Like, our local media made this place sound like it's dangerous, it's crazy, it's blah, blah, blah. But look at this place, it's great. And then, so I think the algorithm has figured that out. So now it keeps giving me a bunch of these videos. And, you know, the latest one I saw was, well, the Scottish people at the baseball game, the Red Sox game, that was awesome. And then, yeah, the one with a bunch of people in the bar singing Country Roads. I'm like, oh man, for those of you not aware, one of the systems I use is Country Road Concepts. So, come on, England. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, seen videos about how Americans are nice and blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm always skeptical. Like, so insert blank of other country. Is it actually that way over there? Or is the media just, for whatever reason, making it sound differently? I don't know, but it sounds like that's what European media has done to America quite a bit. And now a bunch of Europeans are like, wait, what? This place is awesome. Really, String Bean? That's funny. Well, we definitely do have a pretty key resistance right there. Thank you, Skin. Hit that like button. Agreed. Clay, you should show the start and finish of the home build. You should show the start and finish of the home build. Oh, yeah, we'll have pictures for that. The start, you know, with the basement being dug out and. Yeah, electrical inspection. They're aiming to get that this by the end of the week. So we'll see what happens. Clay finally moving out his mom's basement. No, no, my mom. See, the house project I keep talking about and acting like it's actually me that's like paying for it and doing it. It's actually my mom. So yeah, my new office that I keep talking about. It's just gonna be a new. It'll still be in my mom's basement, but it will be technically a new location. Oh, that'd be funny reward. What you doing for insulation? Some of it will be spray and then bats. No pun intended. I think that's what it's called. Flash and bat, maybe. Okay. Yep, that's a guy that the guy that poured our wall has quite a bit of, or basement wall says very knowledgeable guy, good guy, and he was telling us, yeah, I did one. It was spray. Kind of regretted it for reasons, but he reckoned like a combination. Like some of the walls do some spray, but like the majority will be bats. He thought like kind of a dual approach with the majority being the bats. Yeah, I again we have some spray out in the barn like that. That's all sprayed out there. I don't know. In some way, some of the research is like, is this spray foam stuff going to be the new asbestos? And like in 20 years from now, are there going to be commercials? Did you use spray foam on your home? Are you now suffering from XYZ cancer or XYZ health issue? Call, dial 419 baboon so that you can get your money. So that is why, I mean, not that I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. A lot of stuff is cancerous, especially if it's yeah, gave an update earlier, but the concrete guy worked out a deal. He said, pay me 80%, and that'll incentivize me to come back. And I was like, deal. And now I'm at the stage where I hope he does not come back. Because for the amount that I have now, that 20% difference added up quite a bit of ways where I'd prefer to now just use that money that I have not paid him to hire somebody else, and then I'll have probably a few grand left over extra in my pocket. So yeah, I'm now at the point where I don't want him to come back. So that's a good spot to be in. So I would assume now he will come back and get it figured out and get it figured out. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. That's right, Z3. Just trying to figure out what works. Can't listen to the emotions, got to listen to the numbers. Are you going to do all the upkeep on the property? What do you mean by upkeep? Like lawn and stuff like that? Ah, I wish this wouldn't have. In my ideal world, this would have come down here, stopped, given me one more candle, and then broke. But right here, just seems like a chase. Oh no, no, I'm gonna do. No, I want to do the upkeep. Hey, dork, thank you. Still upset at him for. I mean, he makes me sound like such. Oh, nice oil right now. That hammer right there is like, okay, is this going to be some sort of bigger bounce? But as of now, still potentially a double bottom here, though. So if you do like potential double bottoms, I wouldn't call you crazy at all on oil. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah. Again, I just did not feel comfortable. Yes, in hindsight, what an idiot. I know. I know. It would be looking very solid. Woof. Agreed. I do it all my own, but man, it's like having a part-time job. Yeah, well, it's not gonna be the case right now, but you also have to keep in mind, I have 6 kids that are only growing every day. And really, like Faye, she loves to mow the lawn. Like she loves it. And she's still kind of at that age where it's like, yeah, I guess you're old enough. And here, okay, here's where I'm at as a dad. So I'm open for feedback here. I guess, okay, I need, okay, I can't talk right now. Okay, I'm short. Keep dropping, keep dropping. Why did I get out? Bad position size. 5 with what needed to be. I got in what about 75, and my stop was up there. Again, I keep forgetting like, oh crap, that's like a 30 point, not a 30 point stop, but that was easily a 20 point stop. I don't want to have 20 point stop on 5, so that's why I hopped out. Position size important. Again, like I said, if I hop in here now at 75 and my stop is up there, got to get above there. So yeah, I'm looking at basically 26 point stop, 27 point stop. Anyways, with 6 kids, as the years go by, I will have labor to help with the upkeep. And the kids know this already. And yes, technically it's free labor in one sense, but definitely not free in the other. Okay, but anyways, so like for you dads that have a little more experience with older kids, like right now, the kids, a couple of them love to mow the lawn. Others are like, no, you're gonna go mow the lawn. Some of them are asking to, but like the ones that really want to do it, they miss some spots. But I'm like, wait a second, Clay. I don't think I need to nitpick them. Just bite your tongue. If that's okay. If the yard is not perfect with every blade trimmed, it's okay. So I don't know. Maybe that's a bad policy. Should I be nickel and diming them? I'm not sure. I'm open for feedback on that. Like I said, I don't claim to have all of fatherhood figured out. My oldest is 14, but expect effort, not perfection. I like, that's kind of where I would say. Ask them if they think they did a good job. Oh, the robot. They will critique themselves. Yes, as a learning opportunity. What he said, what who said. It's okay, Clay. It's all in the approach. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm sure mine aren't. But there's some, or it's just like, just the way they do it. Like I'm like, you realize there's a better way you could do it, but it's like, you know what? They're no. Give them scissors for the missed spots. So a variety of thoughts, but I think universally it's like, yeah, you don't want to go overboard and nickel and dime them. Teach them to take pride in their work. Yeah, I can see that view too. I understand if it's like I'm talking about like minor things like okay, like I get it if they miss a huge patch, it's like fine, but like a couple of little stray things. So I'm just asking about like at the margin where it's just like okay, is it absolutely perfect? No, but like does this thing that is this life or death? No. Yeah, well if I like that, praise them, good job. I do like Philly though too. Ask them if they think they did a good job. Yeah. Anyways, I appreciate the thoughts. Good stuff. I let them cut the backyard. Yeah. I will try a long down here. In fact, I'm going to get my order out. No. Bye. There we go. Looking for a long at the green line. Stop is the red line. Essentially a double bottom. Yeah, it's got a ways to go, but we'll see if it gets down there. Dadding is not, yeah. Worth it, but yeah, nothing. It's not always the easiest thing. Not to mention, like I always heard it. Like, man, it's kind of weird how same kids, same couple, and then how different kids can be, like personality, stuff like that. And it's true. Like I think parenting would be a little easier if every kid was like the exact same. It'd probably be way more boring that way too. But Thomas Sowell, right? There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. But the trade-off with not boredom is, well, it's a little bit more challenging on how to go about it all. I've made a mistake giving them too many electronics. Yeah, appreciate that, Nero. We're trying to really limit that sort of stuff. If it was a German. Okay, Daniel, not a fan of Germans. Not a fan of Germans. Noted. Ooh, that's interesting. Oil is moving a bit too slow for me, but I don't know. Look at this hammer. Slight little low, but hammer again. Is this thing getting ready to head back? I hope I'm wrong because I want oil to die. But man, this sort of formation here has me feeling a little bullish now on oil. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. Hopefully it just continues to die. Oh, it's a joke. Okay. I didn't know if you were serious about... Okay, so funny. Bulls need to defend now this level or it's going to flush down. How far do you think it's going to flush down? Germans strive for perfection only. Gotcha. No, that's fine. I mean... I assumed you were joking, but this is the internet. So there's always a chance for like, oh man, maybe this guy's truly not a fan, but new lows. Okay, well, so the low here is, so you think it might go down to like, I don't know, 406, like a point? So a point below new low? So let's just do this, Keg. Can you just give a trade plan with 3 numbers? Can you give us an entry point, a stop loss, and a target? And these 3 numbers will really help clarify. And instead of me trying to understand all your your definitions of terms. So can you just give us 3 numbers? You said bulls need to defend now this level or it's gonna flush down. Fair enough. I understand that is your observation. Can we now take this observation into practical terms? Meaning 3 numbers. So how do you plan on making money from this observation? Can you give us a trade plan, brother? As a reminder, Friday, Juneteenth, markets close early at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I will be live streaming the open on Friday. I have no idea if it's going to be like a typical holiday, a little slower, or if it'll be kind of normal because I'm not sure how many people celebrate Juneteenth. I don't know. Like let me put it this way. I would not put Juneteenth on the same level as like July 4th. It seems like a pretty universal thing that like America as a whole is going to slow down and celebrate July 4th. Juneteenth, I don't think it, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's such a new holiday. I'm just not quite sure how many people actually care about it in that sense, right? Pretty easy bet on Thanksgiving. Markets will be slower because Thanksgiving, a lot of people are going to stop and celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think probably the easiest metric to figure out what holidays are maybe most impactful or which ones people care about most would probably be to look at airline tickets. Like what periods of time do airline tickets tend to go up? I'm pretty sure the 2 main ones are things. I think Thanksgiving might be like where plane tickets, generally speaking, are always the most expensive. Can I please have $1 every time you say that? Say what? I wouldn't short this low, waiting for a turnaround or just trade tomorrow again. If that doesn't happen, gotcha. Okay, is spring break actually when plane tickets are the highest? Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Oh, it's been a while since I've said that, though, Daniel. But yeah, I have to say it a lot because we have a lot of people that just say stuff and then I don't understand what they're saying. But the easiest way to understand what they're saying is to ask for a trade plan. Historically, when are plane tickets most expensive? Let's see. Plane tickets are historically most expensive during major summer travel periods and around winter holidays, specifically the 2 weeks before Christmas through New Year's. Spring break later and Thanksgiving also see severe price spikes due to. Okay, well, I'm surprised that's not saying also see severe price spikes due to corporate greed. What's up with that? Okay, I'm glad they attributed to demand, not corporate greed. That's weird. Okay, so corporate kindness, if you want to take advantage of corporate kindness when they lower the prices, right there, 30 to 45 days. That's how you take advantage of corporate kindness right there. Do that before corporate greed kicks in. So corporate kindness is around, I don't know why they decided to be kind. It's weird. I guess they're in a good mood 30 to 45 days before departure. So that's how you take advantage of corporate kindness. And then I guess something happens and they get all greedy. They're like, let's jack up the prices. But hey, you can catch them in a good mood right there. That seems like some good data right there. That's how you take advantage of corporate kindness right there. 30 to 45 days out. I'm coming coming to the USA first time in October. Oh, cool. Oh, New York City. Never been in New York City. Crap, I still got an order down there? Oh, okay, good. At least I have a stop loss. I don't get it. Flight tickets high, yeah. So why are those corporations so greedy in the summer, Thanksgiving, and December holidays? Why are they so greedy then? It's weird. I mean, it's almost like it has something to do with supply and demand, but I apparently I'm an idiot for thinking stuff like that. All right, here we go. Maybe a short right here. TBT hit me with 68% consistency. Yeah, did you break the rule? Somebody did not. Somebody forgot about the 50% consistency rule. But hey, on the bright side, at least I didn't just cook the account. Because technically you did break a rule. So I guess it could be worse. All right, never mind on that short. Tighten up the lug nuts on the bus, please. There you go. All right, wow, this thing is really starting to come up here quite a bit. Do I try a back? So here is that. Remember that trend line break that produced a very nice trade? Are we about to get a back test of that area? Maybe. I'm going to try a short right up there. We also kind of have a double whammy. We have the trend line and we have the 50 SMA, which back here had a pretty good track record of providing resistance. We'll see if I can get it or not. Yes, it's always. Are you on a 50K account? If you're on a 50K account, it's every day. The most you can make is 50%. Okay, looking for a short at that red line. Just trying to play the rejection here of the trend line. And oh no. You also have a second. Oh, all right. Sounds like I have some extra data there that I'm not tracking and don't use, but somebody else is like, hey, I use that data and you got that there too. So thank you, keeping the West wild. I'm being too cautious. I don't know about that. I had that yesterday early on in the stream. If you remember, I kept trying to like play the trend and buy pullbacks, but the thing would not pull back to my orders. No, I really wish Take Profit Trader would change the name of it because I understand why people think that it's like something more complicated than it is. But the 50% rule on Take Profit Trader, all that means is during the test phase. So your profit target to pass is 3,000. 50% consistency rule just means the day as a whole can't make more than $1,500 because that's 50% of that number. They just want to, try to prevent people from YOLOing, going all in, and then getting lucky with one trade potentially. So that's what that means. But then once you do pass the test and get your pro account, that rule goes away. You can make as much as you want. All right, doggone it. Well, I tried, did not bounce up high enough. So it is what it is. That order still down there? It is. I better cancel that out before I totally forget about it. I should probably put in that trend line like officially. I could see a lot of people drawing that in. That's a pretty... All right, I'm going to try it right here. Okay. Short at the red line if it wants to come back down. We're going to get short at the red line if the price wants to come back down. All right. Okay, going to try a short at the red line right there. Up a little bit more. There we go. Who knows? Maybe the purple line here again, the 50 SMA perfectly rejects it again, but this is more so based on the 5-minute time frame, by the way. I'm looking at the 21 EMA and the 5-minute. I'm at 980. Target. Where's your stop at? You got your entry and you got your target, brother. Where's your stop? No. What? No what? I'm at... Oh, you're not using a stop loss? No profit. No, I'm asking you where's your stop loss located? Man. I'm not trading. I'm so confused right now. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not. What do you, Exactly, Cam. What? That's kind of I'm confused now. You said you're at that. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I see what you're saying. Those are your account levels. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Okay. Hey, congrats, Black Magic. Well, hey, you know what? I'm glad your streak has ended. Congrats, brother. Whoa, oil. Nothing huge, but don't like to see that. Man, what a weird looking chart. Hammer, new low, hammer, new little low, hammer. Finally got a bigger move right there. And I cried freedom. So close, yet oh so far away. All right, maybe I can try something here. If this thing wants to come up and then come back down, I can try a short. I want to see it take a little bit of a breath first. There we go. Take that breath. Take that breath. Okay, there's my entry. I can get a nice tight little stop here. There we go. Keep dropping now. Come on, brother. Really like the 5 minute. Oh, you dirty rat. I'm adding more if it comes back down. Look at the 5 minute. It's just like suspended there. Like, come on, this thing has got to want to come down a little bit more, right? Wow, that was a terrible ad. It filled me and then went right back to being green. Come on, hit that next target. Come on. I don't like that at all. Oh, I don't like that at all. Might still drop, but in my mind, that move should have been the move. I don't right now how it's putzing around. Might still go, but when I'm adding size like I added, I'm not gonna fool around. I need to be very nitpicky. So yeah. Hindsight will be the judge. Maybe I got too nitpicky, but that's hindsight, right? As of right now, I played it the way I played it. So be it, Billy. Man, what's up with the chat? So quiet today. Is the chat broken? Is anybody here? What's going on? What's going on, bro? Hey, look at this. I love to see this over here on oil. Yeah, get that green candle out of here. Let's just keep bleeding. Crazy. Nobody wants to talk to me today. I know. I'm being dramatic. I know some of you are like, dude, I'm trying to, Clay, I trade too. I can't talk to you every second of the day. I'm trying to watch the market and trade. That's fair. That's fair. Big Mama, let's see. Whatever this one is, I can't remember. CQG, this one, because I use Tradovate, which uses that one right there. I'm not saying this is the best one, but that's just one that I use. Market's kind of weird right now. Way better action than yesterday, though. Way better action than yesterday. Yesterday's live stream, it felt like I streamed for like 8 hours. Every time I looked at the timer, I'm like, what? We've only been going 30 minutes? How have we only been going for an hour right now? But today, I'm like, whoa, we're already over 2 hours? Okay. I had to disappear for an hour to get mental. Hey, that's a good idea. Went from minus 800 to minus 123. I should probably stop here. Well, I don't know, Pam. It sounds like you're in a groove. So why stop if you're in a groove? Now, Pam, if you have just been YOLOing pure degeneracy, and that's how you've gotten from minus 800 to minus 123, then yeah, probably stop. But if you've been trading with quality, with your strategy, following your rules, blah, 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 well, then it sounds like you're in a groove. So yeah, why not keep going? Yeah, yesterday, agony is a good word. What did you get in on oil? Oh, I'm not trading oil. I just keep an eye on it. Oil moves a little too slow for me. And by the way, the one guy that was yesterday, I was like, oh, like a bunch of drama about no payout, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying he was lying per se, but when he gave more details, it's like, okay, I could see that. But then a couple of you are like, what are you talking about? I just got paid. I got paid. And I was actually waiting for a payout at that moment, thing to get approved. And it was approved like, I don't know, like an hour or so after the live stream. So yeah, I don't know what he, again, there's always more. There's always multiple aspects to a story. So anybody else today, like get a payout from Take Profit Trader or like yesterday or very recently? Wait, is that true, Chris Potter? Are you trading futures right now in your like a personal account? I thought Chris was not a trader. He was thinking about getting into it. I've gotten 4 payouts 2 weeks. Oh, okay. You had one approved this morning. Okay, you're still waiting, Mark. Okay, so there we go. My steps are killing. Oh, I think you probably mean your stops. My stops are killing me today. Yeah, those are we've all been there, Jason. We've all had those days where stop losses feel like the dumbest thing possible you could do. Oh yeah, you're right, Ty. Good point. Yeah, Chris Potter. Are you what? Chris Potter, if I remember right, is a plumber over in the UK. I thought he was just. I was not aware he was swing trading with his own cash. They get approved faster if you submit them right after Globex open. When is that? When is Globex open? That's interesting that you've noticed that pattern. What time is I don't even know what you're talking about when you say Globex. But right after Globex open, what is that? Oh, 6 p.m. No, that's my old investments. Just on. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha, Chris. So what does Globex mean? Is Globex just saying the global market, and the global market is the futures market? I've always just called it the futures market, but is the official term for the futures market the Globex? Yes, the non-US market. Right, but it's still the US market though, right? Because you're still trading at 6 p.m. Eastern, you're trading US futures, right? So how's that the non-US market? You're trading the USA futures market. It's the night exchange used by the CME. Okay, gotcha. I see. Okay. Overnight high and low. Gotcha. Technically, yes, it's true. Oh, okay. Refer to Globex at night and New York during the day. I see. Okay. Always more terminology to learn. Hey, good morning, Evan. Been a while since I've seen you, brother. I think, if I'm remembering right. No, wait, didn't you were just here a couple days ago? I take that back. Take that back. In fact, you might have been here yesterday. For some reason, it seems like I haven't seen your name for a while, but oh, brother, I should ban Neil. Well, not ban, but I should send him. In fact, I'm going to send him on a little timeout. We're going to give him a little vacation. We're going to give him a little 10-second vacation. There you go. Little 10-second vacation. Little 10-second vacation. All expense paid trip to the VIP room. Okay, so there's the bond auction. I would say the market did not care. No crazy move. 102. I get okay, maybe a little bit right there. You got to think a lot of people around the world have probably drawn something like this. Maybe not using this point, but they've noticed all these lows right here. So I'm gonna keep that line out there. Geez, just making jokes. Right. Here's another joke. Here's another 10-second vacation. It's just a joke. 10 seconds. Here you go. There. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Hey, good morning, Mitmont. I just want to know, Neil, how come you can joke but I can't joke? The trend line should be, well, legendary. With all due respect, if you think it should be flat, then make it flat. No reason to add that slight bend. I mean, right there, that's the reason right there, brother. If you disagree with the trend line, then more power to you. You draw a trend line that makes you feel comfortable. But you know what? This trend line makes me feel comfortable. Clay, been a tough week for me. All right, CDP, well, just keep your head up. But hey, you know what, Legendary? My mind is always open. If you're willing to give us a trade plan and demonstrate just how powerful your horizontal line is, you are more than welcome to step up to the plate. With 3 numbers, brother. Neil seems like a super needy dude. Feels sorry for his boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know. Neil can only speak for himself if he's a super needy dude. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him or his boyfriend. To be fair, I don't even know if he has a boyfriend. Show me on. First time in a while, we broke all time highs and didn't go up hundreds of points. Yeah. Oh, I thought he knew you. I thought you and Matt and Matt knew one another. Like I said, I was not aware if you had a boyfriend or not. Hence my point of, well, I don't even know if he has a boyfriend. I do think this is very cool, but I've known that some of you are starting to know each other quite a bit just because you see each other every day. So in like a weird way, you're like becoming friends. So I didn't know if that was like your guys's, like if you knew more about each other than I did. It's some smelly action right now. Smelly. Did he really mean smelly, or is that a typo? Let me look on the keyboard. Well, what else? I think he meant smelly. That wasn't all-time high. I'm waiting for Legendary to show up and show us how much of a legend he is. You got a trade plan for us or not? I want to see the power of this horizontal trend line. That's right. Just trade the range, I guess. Just trade the range. We could draw lines that make us comfortable. That's the goal. Well, I want to see I am open. Maybe it should be horizontal. I am open to the fact that it maybe should be horizontal. But I need to see how would you turn this horizontal line into profit, hence where the trade plan comes from. So like how would you make money from this horizontal trend line? Can you give us an entry and a stop and a target, please, good sir? Z3, that's a good point, by the way. That is a very good point. Legendary. He's just got me on the seat of his pants. I want to see how he would plan on making money. I wouldn't put a line there at all. Okay, so how would you make money from the white line? Can you give us a trade plan revolved around the white line? I made a lot of money on white lines back in the day. Wait, are you saying you used to be you know what kind of dealer, Neil? Are those the white lines you're talking about, brother? Trend lines are subjective. Do what works for you. I do try to draw trend lines. Like, my question is, okay, how many people do I think has drawn this trend line? I try to draw the ones that I think most people have drawn. That way, in my mind, I'm trying to like find a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I can see in my mind a lot of people have connected these lows. A lot now, have they used that one? I don't know about that. But I can see a lot of people starting there and being like, oh, look at that. To me, that makes a lot of sense. How's the gym going? What do you mean the gym? Oh, like just how's working out going? I'm up to, oh crap, did I even put that in there? I'm up to 150 push-ups. Yesterday was push-ups. What are you? Oh, I don't bench right now. I don't have a bench. I sold all that stuff at our Michigan house. So right now, I just have those. What's the brand? Why can't I think of the brand now? Like Super. Anyways, I have the adjustable dumbbells, so I've been just doing that and some other weights. That's true, Greg. You're not wrong. It's still crazy to me, Greg, that you drove by K-Pot. Like, what a poor life decision that was. No, not in a row. No, I do as many as I can, and then I take a 1 minute break, and then I do as many as I can, and I take a 1 minute break. So I think it takes me about 15-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more. And then every Monday I just add 5 more. Tread lines are my favorite, but they hold. Okay, I'm getting very close to potentially a short here. Claytus one push up. Yeah, so what would that be, the math? If I did a minute in between, that's basically what, about 148 minutes? So over 2 hours? 2 hours and 28 minutes? That'd be wild. 2 hours and 28 minutes. That'd be rough. Right now, like, again, these are the deep. Deep, all lock your arms out, all the way down, all the way up, lock your arms out. The most I can do right now is about 30 in a row. I could probably push it a little bit beyond, but I'm probably right around 30. Again, nothing like none of these. All the way down, all the way out, lock your arms out. Okay, maybe a short here. No, 150 in a row. Heck, nope. Maybe someday, but I don't know. I'm out 20 points. Good job, Ty. Well, I guess I'm assuming I'm that was a 20-point gain. That's true. 30 is probably expect. Okay, I can't talk right now. Maybe a short here. The purple line continues to do work. That purple line being the 50 SMA. Did a great job here. There. Now, what about here? That's the question on my mind. Let's please not talk about others. I don't know who the vast majority of other people are. So, who you mentioned there, maybe I'm not saying that everybody else is, a weirdo and not trustworthy. Only me. I'm just saying I keep my head down. I do my own thing. So I do not know the vast majority of people here. So just don't talk about other people because I don't want to risk having this chat serve as a funnel to funnel somebody to an absolute clown. Again, I'm not saying that everybody else besides me are clowns. I'm just saying I don't know who the vast majority of other people are. So if you don't mind, please just leave other people's names out of the chat. That would be appreciated. No, you're fine. You don't even need to apologize. I appreciate that, but I realize you did not know. It was innocent, so no problem. So I reject your apology just because there was no apology needed in the first place. But don't even think about apologizing for apologizing when you didn't need to apologize. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. If you say sorry for saying sorry, I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's not going to be pretty. We're all sorry, Clay. You don't have to be sorry that you can't be as good looking as I am. There's no need to apologize for that, JJ. That's just everybody's problem. You're not alone. Other than Barbara, everybody can talk about Barbara. I'm sorry, he's sorry. See, now things are spinning out of control quickly. Sell orders are flying in hot on the book map. Okay, so how would you make money from that, Jay Keith? Honest question. Okay, if sell orders are flying in hot on the bookmap, cool. Observation on your part. And I really don't know because I don't use bookmap. So like how do you take that information and turn it into a practical trade plan? I would assume it's something to do with the short side. If the sell orders are flying in hot. So I would assume you're thinking short, but like what does that look like though? Congrats on 100%. I do 2 sets of 10 and I'm happy. Cool. We're all at different stages. Like it's not like I started off. You start off small and then you build it up. But hey, doing 10, 2 sets of 10, so 20 total, better than doing nothing. Turn on delta bubbles and wait for a trap buyer sellers. Okay, again, that doesn't tell me anything. If delta bubbles are on and there's trap buyers and sellers, how do you make money from that though? Okay, again, Jay Keith, I understand. So this is why we have the power of the 3 numbers. Jay Keith, cool. But those are just more words. Like, so how would you take advantage of that though? Momentum and direction. I understand, but how would you take advantage of momentum and direction? Can you give us a 3-number trade plan or how does that work? Okay, a lot of words in the chat right now. Lots of words, not a lot of numbers. Lots of, well, this is what you're supposed to do in theory. But it's like, okay, well, let's take the theory and make it very practical with 3 numbers. There we go. Look at Jay Keith, everybody. Look at Jay Keith. He was using a bunch of words, but now he's made it very black and white. I appreciate that. Okay, so he's looking to buy at 470. Thank you, Jay Keith. That makes life so much easier. Cool, man. I appreciate that. That's a man with courage right there. That's what we call not a lip flapper. Not a lip flapper. Jay Keith, I dedicate this song to you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? I can fly higher than a bat. It didn't break, no trade. Fair enough. There we go. That's how you do it. The 3 numbers. Again, same thing to you. You've been describing a lot of things, but no practical trade plans. Are we going too short at F50 SMA? I don't know. Are you going to short Praveen? If you're going to short, I might short. I'm using the Praveen indicator right now. Hey, Clay, what's your strategy? The Praveeninator. I use the Praveeninator. So right now I'm waiting for Praveen, my indicator, to tell me if I'm shorting at the 50 or not. Look, hey, look at Jason with 3 numbers. That's a man with courage right there. I'm working towards 315. Good job. Cool, Neil. Yeah, I've never been anywhere close to 315, so that's cool. Once we get to the new house, yeah, I'll probably want to get some Olympic-sized weights and all that sort of stuff. All right, we are approaching that tread line. Legendary never gave us any trade plan, even with the white line, so I don't know. For some folks, the 3 numbers is just too much. Just too much. That's why Keith is my hero. Any of you that give through. Okay, here we go. There's no way I'm taking this short on this candle. That seems like a chase. Where did Praveen go? How am I supposed to trade? Yeah, if Praveen, well, it's not bruh, it's pruh. There's a P. But yeah, if Praveen is here or not here, then that's my indicator to not trade. Where'd Praveen go? I'm still waiting, Legendary. I'm still waiting for your plan. You give me your plan at the white line, then I'll talk about my plan. What is going on? Still here. Not hasting. What could that be? Oh, chasing. I bet that's chasing. He forgot the C. Not hasting. I bet he means chasing. Are the C? No, C and H are not. Okay. Chasing. There we go. By the way, I got my coffee today. No yawns. I don't think there's been a single yawn on stream. I just want to know which one of you are going to have the pleasure of buying me that $10,000 espresso machine we looked at yesterday. Who is it? Step up. Who is the lucky person that's going to buy me that $10,000 automated espresso machine? It's crazy. That was one of the more wild things I've ever seen. I did not know that a coffee machine could be $10,000. All right, here we go. Maybe a short here on the back test of the trendline break. So looking for just the classic. This level has been broken. So can we get the back test and go? Give you all the money and you well played, broski. Pick me, pick me. That was well played. They can be way more. My father-in-law fixes them. Okay, 50K has got to be like commercial grade, like what a coffee shop would have, right? Or are there seriously $50,000 coffee makers that like you can buy for your home? Well, all right, that was not a good trade plan then. There was no back test and go. It just kept going. Fragile, I think it's Italian. Okay, yeah, the Ever Shoemaster Pro. That's got to be for like commercial though, right? Ooh, all right, maybe. Okay, let's see how this behaves. Okay, so in my ideal, oh, don't you dare. Oh, look at that, right off that line. And so who told me, don't draw that line? But there's a little scalpy scalp right there. Holy smokes. This is your, that's crazy. Okay, I'm waiting for this candle to finish, and then we're going to go to work here, maybe. Okay, here we go. Come up here, hit this line, and then start to drop back down, and I'll try short. But it's got to come up here. No. Got to go up first for me. Okay, there's my entry. Or attempted entry, I should say. This will be my stop. That red line turns blue, I'm in. Ooh, no. 5 minutes got quite the hammer there, Foreman. So I better sit back for a moment. Jocko was here earlier. He passed an account today, but he's done for the day. All right, well, I would never have been filled anyways on that short. So here's the thing. We were told, no, this should not have a bend to it. It should be a flat line. Again, at the end of the day, okay, who cares? But like to make universal claims, well, I mean, that was, but if it had a bend to it, then you were able to get a better entry point because the horizontal one would have been right here. So if it did have a bend to it and you got short right there, you got like 7 point better. You got like 7 more points. Both would have worked, yes, but the one with the bend that we were told, no, it should not have a bend to it. That would have given you a 7 point better. You would have gotten 7 more points. Okay, I'm going to try a short here. I have a wider stop, but hence why I only am doing 3 instead of 5. I don't understand how you can call that pointless. Like it literally would have given about a 7 point better entry. How is a 7 point better entry pointless? I think I might have missed my scalpy scalp on that one. I turned my back, but come on down. What do you, dude? If you took this short for a breakdown because it had an upward slant to it, you would have gotten in ahead of time, right? That's just basic. A horizontal line. So if you're using that as your entry versus one with a bend to it, The one with a bend to it is giving you your entry point if you're playing a breakdown quicker, right? If a price comes down, obviously it hits that one first before your horizontal line. That's my point. A trend line should match the trend, not the angle. Right, exactly. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. This one is starting to get me very annoyed, though. All right, whatever. I'm taking, I think, a small loss on that one. Again, legendary, this is where things stand right now. I'm not sure you've ever given us an actual trade plan. You keep telling us all this stuff. That's fine. But like you don't give us any practical information. Like, how would you make money from all this stuff? These charts are fractal. You can put a line practically anywhere and well, then show us how it's done then. I mean, all I know is that I drew a trend line. You're like, it shouldn't be that way. And then we had a break of it from 55 down to here. We had like a 30-point move down through there. I am, my mind is open. It may be true, but what you're saying is absolutely true. And what I'm doing is very arbitrary, blah, blah, blah. But as things stand right now, it's nobody can track any of this because you've never given us an actual plan that we can track. It's just words. My mind can be convinced, but I need clarity to be convinced. And the way we get clarity in trading is not a bunch of words, it's 3 numbers. Your trend line doesn't line up with the North Korean SMA. Well, which SMA? Are we talking about the 13.3 or the 13.4? Yeah, I hope that's not true, Evan. But if it, I'm starting to think that could be true because yes, with those cult members, they do struggle to actually give trade plans. They're very good with like sounding smart and using words, but then like okay, well, can you give us some numbers instead of words? Then the struggle happens. My 34 is still holding on. All right, Jay Keith. I did, yeah, a couple times, Chuck, but came back negative. So I'm in the clear, Chuck. Thank you for asking. Almost got knocked out twice. That's true. That's true because you said your stop was at 80. There you go. Good job, Keith. Yeah, I've never heard anybody say the angle of the trend line. Like, I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know, man. I don't know. What I do know is that I've been seeing a lot of words and zero trade plans, zero numbers. That's why I love Keith. Keith gave some words, but then I asked, hey, man, can you provide some clarity to these words with numbers? And he gave us a trade plan. And now we can sit here and say, Keith, great job. He called a short. It did get close to hitting him at his stop, but his stop was 480. So we see it all played out. It's a beautiful thing. It's so fun to be able to say, hey, Keith, great job, buddy. Other than people that just use words. Or even worse yet, the trust me bros. And for the record, for anybody that's scared of the 3 numbers, if Jay Keith was wrong, who cares? Welcome to the club. We're all wrong from time to time. At least the man had the courage to give us 3 numbers. Yeah, that is a good one, Benjamin. I'm watching that one too. Oh, I got it. Oh, speaking of bro, trust me, bro. This was hilarious. So real quick. Again, Babylon B. Gen Zer hospitalized after going more than 5 minutes without saying bro. Oh, man. Hilarious. What if I'm number phobic? Well, I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to get along then. Where did Legendary go? Legendary, where are you? Can you give us any numbers? Have you ever even made a trade before? I don't know. It's just so strange when you ask somebody for three numbers and you either get more words or they just go quiet. I don't get it. How can you not? I don't get it. Oh, yeah, he moved on to Barbara. Yeah, making millions since Barbara's never. One, two, three. I see you, Eddie. I see you, brother. So is that a good or bad thing for you, Matty Matt? This is three. Oh, I see. Sorry. Good one, Eddie. There you go, Chris. There you go. It's just. So my theory is this. The reason why I think the cult members have a hard time actually giving numbers is because their mentor, their cult leader, from my understanding, is like never wrong. So they think like, I think the fact that I'm asking for numbers ahead of time clicks on a light bulb that's like, oh, well, yeah, if I give three numbers right now, I mean, people would know if I'm right or wrong. But like trying to just keep it words or vague like their mentor, like, am I not wrong? Is not the mentor of the cult, like, is he ever wrong? Does he ever like have a trade plan where he's wrong, or is he supposedly always right? Honest question. Because maybe that helps make more sense of why people that are a part of the cult like seem to struggle giving actual trade plans. No, I'm asking from like a practical standpoint, like the way he posts and teaches and stuff like that. Would he ever like? Does he ever be like, oh yeah, I got that one wrong? Or is it always everything in hindsight and things in theory and all that? There you go. Look at Paige. Three numbers. Good job, Paige. I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't know if this is the breakdown or not, Ty. We do have like a little miniature bearer pennant here, though, now. Kind of got that little triangle. He's always right. See? Makes sense why the cult people like are scared to give three numbers. Who knows? Maybe we're helping them realize, wait, that's true. Maybe I should ask my cult leader, hey, would you ever be want us to give us three numbers ahead of time instead of always telling us after the fact of how you knew this or knew that? I would assume that's a quick way to get blocked from his little cult circle. He claimed he lost the Robbins Cup on purpose. Yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff. To be fair, I don't know if some of the stuff is true because it is the internet. I'm open to the idea that it's true, but like I'm just asking right now, like the way he teaches and presents himself like in real time, like does he ever say that he got a trade wrong? Doggone it. Nothing got muted. What are you talking about? Did you seriously just say that, the legendary BM? You just say good job and move on. What? Did you miss the point where I was congratulating Keith and talking about his 480 stop? Did you miss that part? Oh, dude, this. Once again, notice everybody the avoidance of the three numbers. It's pointless. According to him, it's pointless to be held accountable. It's pointless to provide clarity. Well, I disagree. I think clarity is a good thing. And three numbers give ultimate clarity. And you say good job and nothing comes of it. Right? No, it did come of it. It came up with me not only saying good job, but then congratulating Jay Keith on his winning trade. Many of us congratulated him. Maybe you stepped away. But even if that were true, I say good job and then life moves on. What does that have to do with the point of clarity being good or bad? Just say, legendary, you don't know what you're doing, that you got stuck in a cult, and you don't act, and that I have now pigeonholed you to realize, okay, maybe I don't really know what I'm doing because I don't even know what to do with three numbers. It's weird how the only people that don't give three numbers are the people that don't actually know how to give three numbers, because I hit them between the. See, it's a very tricky question I ask, because I just exposed in your trading world that you don't know what you're doing. Like, that's a red flag. If you don't know how to give three numbers of a trade plan, that's bad. I am open to discussions. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is the last. See, this also is where people of the cult, I don't know. We are literally having a discussion. I said during the discussion, hey man, I'm open to learning from you, but like I need some clarity. Could you give me three numbers so I can see clarity of what you mean by all these words? So I am trying to have a discussion, but you won't have discussion because you won't give any clarity. You literally called clarity pointless. You cannot get any more clear than to give three numbers. There is no more black and white than to give three numbers. No, I don't. He's not. I'm trying to help the guy out right now. He doesn't know how to trade, and I'm trying to help him see this. I can admit I'm an idiot. Sitting 21K down right now because I only had a partial sell. Well, yeah, Explodus. Well, time for prop firms for you, it sounds like. My intention is not. Do you see? He refuses to do it. Well, I don't want to get people wound up. The only reason why you're not getting people wound, or why you're getting me wound up, kind of, is because you won't give three numbers. Legendary. I can say with very, very high confidence, you don't know what you're doing. And I think, so you have some cognitive dissonance right now. Like, how can you not tell us where an entry point would be, where a stop loss would be, and where a target would be? If one is clear, then you can't create. It's wild to me. I'm seeking clarity. He won't give it to me, and now he's trying to back out. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wind people up. I'll just, at AK, yeah, I don't know how to give three numbers, so I'm just going to try to walk away. Like I said, to anybody listening, if right now you're saying, well, I'm not quite sure how I would give three numbers. First off, that's okay. That's okay. But that'd be a sign you definitely still have to learn. Like, you should definitely be able to think through a trade plan. Where would I want to enter? Where's my risk management going to be? Stop loss. Where's my target? And if you can't do that, that is okay. But just realize you at the core, you still have a long ways to go. And let me put it this way. You should definitely not be telling people, yeah, that trend line shouldn't have a slant to it. You should definitely not be doing that. You also have to realize, legendary, that Clay is trying to trade and analyze while seeing him. Yeah, exactly. But even true. Thank you, Daniel. That's true. But the rule doesn't even apply because we're cheering Jay Keith on. but it's okay. So, Legendary, are you going to give us three numbers? And here's the thing, Legendary. If you just say, honestly, Clay, I don't know how to do the three numbers because I'm still really new. Dude, that's fine, my friend. That's fine. No problem. But this weird avoidance of you, not just not giving three numbers when you're making all these claims, it's. No, I understand that, Daniel. But like, that's irrelevant. Even if I didn't respond, then who cares? Like, for other people, it provides clarity. Right. Clarity helps everybody. There is nothing more clear than three numbers. Indica, are you gonna go right in a troll mode away? Should I ban you now, or you kind of have you turned over a new leaf? It is at the 21 EMA. What a clean move of the low of the day. Right. To which you did not make any money from. He is definitely part of the cult. All I can do is commentate what's already happened. I thought we'd continue to break lower. I can see that, yeah. But that's what stops are for. Again, same with you, Guh. You have been a lot of words, nothing practical, nothing clear though. Held off for confirmation. Oh, well, good decision there. Yeah, John, probably not a bad idea. By the way, when I asked you about the white line, you could have said something like this, Legendary. You could have said, all right, well, I want to get long at 410. My stop is, I'm just making this up, down here at, I don't know, 395. And my target is, I don't know, 430. That's all you could have given us these three numbers ahead of time. And you know what? Right now, we'd all be like, great call, man. Good job on the double bottom. But you didn't. You just, that's all we were asking for. And I'd be like, oh, I can see that. You're trying to play a double bottom. Good job with the stop loss. And hey, I see that first target. But you didn't. You didn't. All the best you could do is come back now after what's already happened. Say, oh man, that was a nice clean new low, or that was a nice clean bounce off the lows. Okay, well yeah, you clearly didn't make any money from it. Hindsight, color commentary does not will not make you money as a trader. So for anybody new here, just because you can sound really cool and really smart explaining to people what's already happened in the real world of trading does not make you any money. It will make you sound smart as you use big words to explain what's already happened. But using big words to explain what's already happened does not translate to you being able to make any money in the market. Just so you know, I know there are some cults out there, and that's what it apparently trains people to do. But let me be the first to tell you, in the practical world, you will not make any money. I just want to discuss the aspects of charting and trend lines, but it got off topic. No, it was completely on topic. Because three lines would have provided clarity in terms of how you use trend lines. Like there would have been no better way to illustrate how you use trend lines or lines in general than to give a trade plan, which you did not do. But yes, like your cult leader, you just wanted to stick in the world of kind of just ambiguity. So I understand you wanted to have a discussion, but my point is it would have been a very unproductive discussion because there would have been zero clarity in the discussion. So I'm operating under the premise that you can have a efficient discussion, you can have a profitable discussion if you have clarity. But you were not willing to provide clarity. Therefore, the logical sequence concludes, therefore, it would not have been an efficient discussion. So next time, Legendary, just give us a trade plan at some point. If you see something, give us a trade plan. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you're using those lines. Oh, okay. Yeah, that can make sense. We're not asking for trade plans so that we can make fun of you if you get something wrong. We all have losing trades. That's part of being a trader. We all have trade plans that don't work out. That's part of being a trader. It's about providing clarity. If anybody makes fun of you for providing a trade plan that happens to be wrong, they will be banned because at least you had the courage to step up to the plate and provide clarity. Any Joe Schmo can sit here and talk ambiguously. Look at it. Hey, there we go. Entry at 434. Okay, so you gotta let the price come down. Yeah, looks like the train might have. But hey, perfect, man. That's what I like to see. Fantastic. That's it. Those three numbers, brother. Good job. Nothing but respect. But yeah, I agree. It looks like the train left on you though. But you know what? You gave the three numbers, which now provides clarity that the train did actually leave without you, and that's okay. Trains, we don't all catch every train. I gotta mow the lawn today. Our lawn looks like Vietnam out there. What's the temp? Oh, all right, 71. Oh, that's. It'd be about mid seven. Oh yeah, that's good grass cutting weather. Why didn't I hold 408 longs? What is wrong with me? You're using hindsight. Oh, Duck Soul. Okay. We got the 50 SMA here on the 2 minute. Let me bring over the 5 minute real quick. We have the 21 EMA right here. Does this guarantee a rejection? No. But is it something that I'm going to take a swing at? Yup. I think, well, if it comes back up, I might have missed it though. The train might be leaving without me now. Well, yeah, Cam, no kidding. Don't beat yourself up too much in hindsight. You know better. I mean, why don't we all buy $1,000 of Bitcoin back when it was, $10 a coin? What is wrong with us? Yeah, well, we also didn't buy any of the coins, the thousands of coins that never went anywhere. So there's always that too, right? You ever think about that? Oh man, I should have bought Bitcoin. Well, you know what? You shouldn't have bought a bunch of other coins that went to zero. And guess what? Good job. You didn't buy any of those that went to zero, right? It's pretty easy to confirmation bias. Oh, why don't we buy the one that in hindsight we know actually worked out? And then our mind, because it doesn't confirm our bias, our mind just forgets about all the other coins that went to zero, right? So in all actuality, I made a good decision. You made a good decision. We weren't throwing our hard-earned money into some, unproven thing. Yes, in hindsight, now that we know which one actually worked out among the hundreds of other coins, yeah, it's easy to say, oh, I'm an idiot. That already happened. It went up 3 cents and then cratered to zero. MJ, so yeah. Well, anybody that bought Bitcoin, good job. Good job of kind of rolling the dice, and you picked out the right one out of. Well, I'm assuming there was other cryptos you could have chosen back then. Okay, Cam. In that situation, fair enough. Like if the hindsight analysis is, yeah, I violated a rule of my strategy, then cool. Like, all right, I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation. Right now, this thing just grinding up higher. 5 minute up through the 21. If I held my Ethereum from 2017 till now, I would have. Yeah. Hindsight's a tricky thing because you have confirmation bias baked in with the hindsight. So, in other words, hindsight is going to basically always make you look stupid. Kind of want to short here now as it's. We'll see. Let's see what this candle formed. This candle has 10 seconds before it's done moving around, and then a new candle will form. So when this hits 0, this candle will be done moving around. Okay, well, tell us how you're going to make money. I want to know, how will you make money from these big sellers trapped? Please tell us with 3 numbers, Guh. How can you make money from big sellers being trapped at the low? Again, I am all for observations, and your observation is that big sellers are trapped at the low. Cool. How do you plan on making money from that? Can you give us the trade plan with that in mind? I'm still waiting for my NFT. Oh yeah, Peloton. That one got beat down. NFTs are kind of, aren't they totally toast now? Like NFTs is something where, I mean, that was just wild. It was an interesting concept. To be fair, it was somewhat interesting, but I mean, epic failure. Man, this thing just booming. Bro is spewing bag holder trading strategy propaganda. Bag holder trading. Huh? Bag holder trading strategy propaganda. Yeah, you're gonna have to clarify what propaganda is being spewed. Loads of celebrities paying millions for NFTs now worth 0. Yeah, some of the, especially what, like those monkey ones or whatever. Yeah, thank you, Ken. That may, like, who are you talking to? Bro is spewing, but like what, bro? This is why in the chat, if you tag people, it helps out about the sellers being trapped. Oh, okay. Yeah, next time, Matt, if you could just tag the guy, then I know you're talking about what the bro is, who the bro is. True, I want to be fair to him. Maybe there's a way that you can make money from big sellers trapped at the low. I'm open to the idea that you can make money from big sellers that are trapped at the low. That's why I'm asking him, but how do you make money from big sellers trapped at the low? Can you give us a trade plan? And now we've just got crickets. Once again, analyzing what has already happened and color commentary with what's already happened sounds cool, but it's not practical because it's, how are you making money from it? Now, if you can make money from hindsight commentary, then fine. But I think that might be I don't know. Maybe I should try it. Maybe just make 0 trades on the live stream and just explain what's already happened. Oh, the sellers have showed up. All right, the sellers have showed up. Okay, now the buyers have showed up a little bit. See how that candle is getting a little bit less red? Okay. And I couldn't imagine that being a good way to like, that seems like it'd be kind of boring and annoying. NFT, a failure for buyers, sellers made bank. Well, that assuming you were able to sell, true. But a lot of buyers plan to be sellers, but they could never be sellers. But yes, I agree. The sellers, which implies they were able to sell, and assuming they sold at higher levels, yes. Short, look at that. Look at Johnny, like giving a trade plan. That's crazy. You have to make up complicated. That's true. Yeah, exactly. Got to make up some complicated terms, as I explained in hindsight, what's already happened. Where did Guh go? Guh, I want to know, how do you make money from big sellers that are trapped at the lows? How do you make money from that? I'm waiting for him to show up and be like, well, you make money by shorting right there. Oh, well, that's cool. Thanks. Brother, trust me. I got short right there because that's how you make money from it. Oh. What is your take on SpaceX? It seems very, very overvalued to me. However, the market is forward looking and hype is a strong, strong thing. And the hype seems to be there. I don't have any SpaceX though, and I'm not interested because at this point in my wealth building journey, I'm not interested in capital growth. I'm interested in passive income. So because SpaceX does not pay a dividend, I'm not interested. But if you are at a stage of your wealth building or whatever, and you are more you're like, I don't really care about passive income right now. I just want to get my cap a little bigger. I mean, I can see why people are taking a swing at SpaceX. Attaboy, MJ, with the 3 numbers. And Guh is gone. Crazy. Crazy. It's weird how asking for 3 numbers scares people away. It's weird how asking for clarity scares people away. Hey, good job. Nice 15 or his nice 10% return in a couple of days. All right. Are we about to get a bounce off the 21 EMA? I might take a swing at it here. I will. Looking for a long. I'm in long. Out there for a little scalpy scalp. Hey, see you later, Bertrands. For me, the question is, are people going to be able to withstand the big pullback, the big downwards move when they happen, right? Tesla has made people, Tesla over the years has helped people very much so grow their capital. With that said, Tesla along that journey has had some huge pullbacks. And now with the pattern day trading rule being gone, now with people having access to leverage and all that sort of stuff, the question in my mind is, when the big pullback comes, will people be able to withhold it, or are they going to get liquidated? If they can withhold it, then Tesla has shown that if you just, hey, you know what? Big move down right now, but it doesn't matter because I own it with my own cash. There's zero margin involved here, so I'm not going to have a margin call. And to be fair, over time, those big downwards move have corrected to new highs and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I'm being crazy to say there will be some big moves in SpaceX down. But even if you concede, yeah, Clay, but do you think it'll go back up to new highs? Sure. Even if I concede that, though, the problem and the question in my mind is, can the people that are on margin now buying this thing, are they going to be able to withstand those big moves down? Or are they going to get margin called out and then it goes back up? Yeah, for all lack of intensive purposes, it's essentially gone now. That went into effect a couple weeks ago? Yeah, waiting for Tesla 2022 for SpaceX. Yeah, Tesla has had some nasty drawdowns, you know. To be fair, they've always recovered. They've always eventually gone to new highs, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there is a new group of people out there that are on margin now. Will they be able to withstand, or are they going to get margin called? That's my question. Kind of random, but I just checked my phone. Does anybody have Verizon 5G internet? Verizon 5G internet. Does anybody have that? Anyone know what the interest on margin is these days? Yeah, I think the thing though, Judd, is even if it's relatively high, I don't think a lot of people that are going to be on margin are going to have huge amounts. So I think it'll be kind of negligible. That's a hard word to say for me. I do. Okay, anybody that has Verizon 5G, what kind of speeds do you get? I met up with somebody yesterday at the house, kind of talking internet strategy, and he was telling me he used to have Verizon 5G, and he was like, it was awesome. And he gave me the speeds. I'm like, oh, I mean, that would definitely work for the live stream. But I was not aware that Verizon 5G would be that good. I just assumed he said he got faster speeds than what you would get with Starlink. Hey, thank you, Dan. Dan is a good man. He is feeding some hungry children. Code Clay all caps feeds hungry children. Thank you, Dan. Good job, Ramu. It all depends on how close. Well, let me put it this way: we're on like top of a hill, and usually when you're there, it's not unusual to have the 5G thing show up on your phone. Maybe, Judd. Maybe if you're willing. Maybe. I appreciate that actually. Yeah. Well, I do. So the electrician working on the house, he is essentially a neighbor, not like a next door neighbor, but he is well within the sphere. And he said he just changed to Starlink. So if I asked him his speeds, like let's put it, he's like a mile away. He's about a mile away. If I asked him for his speeds, and I'm asking everybody this, would that be a good indicator of what sort of speeds I could expect? Latency was our problem. Conqueror with what? With Starlink or with Verizon? 5G. My tech said it's fast, faster than you need. Okay, what is fast? Oh, sorry. I introduced now Starlink into the conversation. So now we got to kind of specify. So my tech said it's fast. Which one? Starlink or Verizon 5G? You doing anything here? I mean, I'm waiting for a trade plan. I'm waiting for a trade to show up. So right now I'm trying to figure out internet stuff. What about you? You doing anything? Pimo? If you can get full 5G signal and it does bump down. Well, no, yeah, all right. Explodus, ours does fluctuate. It'll be 5G, but then it can go down to LTE too. I'm more concerned with the upload speed though, because that's what the live stream here depends on is upload speed. Nothing, just watching. Yeah, Roger that. Okay, Verizon, you had really big latency. Gotcha. Starlink is fantastic. Verizon 5G is faster than you need. What do I need, Hoover? What do you think I need? What numbers? Specifically upload. What upload speed do you think I need? TX will probably only be getting 5 or so. Yeah, just waiting to see if it wants to try to pop back up. 40 minimum. 40 minimum what? 40 minimum. And wait, I love my Starlink, but I am in the country. Right. I'm asking, what do you think I need for upload? Not, I don't know if you're talking about upload speed or if you're talking about latency. Get RX 200 TX5. Okay, what is RX 200 and TX5? Again, everybody talk to me like I'm an idiot, which I am. I don't know what RX 200 means. Is that the download speed and is TX upload? FIOS. What's FIOS stand for? Last week, one MNQ candle killed. Praveen, I always like to keep an eye on these numbers over here. And then you look at the space between these two numbers. Right now, from this number up to here, notice the difference in these numbers is 20. Last week when it was bonkers, that number was at 50. That's when things can get. Okay, yeah, no. Fiber is not a. We do not have access to fiber. Maybe someday Iowa will, or however that works, the township will run fiber down the gravel road. But as of now, that is not a choice. I will have to wait for my other tech. Oh, so you're like talking to somebody right now, Hoover? What I'm very curious about though is Nextlink, but I don't know if how many people have heard of Netlinks. But like they say that I can get like 100 upload speed. Okay, I'll bring it over. Assuming. Okay, I can keep that off the screen. Okay, so this is Nextlink, and they're saying I don't know what but right here, like this would be this is what I have right now with the fiber. I have 300 down, 300 up. But they're saying I could get 500 down, but again, I've never necessarily heard of Nextlink. It does say this though, typical latency 90. Would that be good enough for trading? So this is who I almost wonder if I want to start with. '90 is pretty bad. You want latency under 40? I have AD in Ohio. '90 is not good enough. Well, I don't know about struggling with Starlink. There's a lot of people that use Starlink to trade, so I don't think latency is that bad. In fact, I think we have people right now that trade with Starlink. Yeah, thanks, Demna. Yeah, Deadeye Dave trades with Starlink. Anyways, back to my question right now. If I were to ask my neighbor, who let's just say is 2 miles away, to send me a screenshot of his speed test, would that be a pretty accurate representation of what I should expect with Starlink? Pretty accurate. Yeah, I know Amazon's up to something, but well, no, our house, we have trees, but like we're not any. Let me put it this way: the closest tree to our house is probably, I don't know, 50 yards away, 60 yards away. So we are by no means like up against the woods. We do, I mean, we have some trees around us, but like the house itself, I would say the closest tree is, yeah, at least 50 yards away. I'm getting 65 down, 8 up, and 39, and I am far away from the dish. And I have the small one. Like, how far away from the dish are you? I was thinking of a long right there. Granted, it never cleared kind of up here. So I'm very glad I did not take the long as it's now heading down here. I would be interested in a long down here for like a triple bottom. If it does drop down in this area, we have essentially bottom number one, number two, and then in my mind, would this be bottom number three for the triple bottom? Now, granted, we still have to drop down quite a bit of ways, but if it does, I can see myself taking a swing at it down there. High volume on that candle, too. I can't run a wired connection from Starlink to my computer, so that is Wi-Fi. Okay, so if I could run a wired connection from the Starlink, I guess modem to my computer, then that's like the most ideal situation, right? I'm in Iowa. I'm not in Michigan anymore. I really wish, I don't know. I wish Starlink like sent somebody to set it up for you. The idea of me needing to set it up and get it every, I don't know, that kind of freaks me out. Yes, but you only get one hardwire. Well, yeah, and that's all I need is I only care about like my streaming computer, which is my desktop computer. That's the one I care about. Everything else, my phone, other computers, I don't care if that's Wi-Fi. No, it's not about the cables. It's about setting up the satellite at the right angles. We got Maximus up there talking about my geographical area and it's about 25 to 35 degrees above horizon. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to hire one of you guys that's done it before to come set it up for me. Make sure my angle is right. The app tells you exactly where to angle it. Oh, really? Just walked in. Do not mount it permanent to your house. It finds its own angle. Oh, really? Keeping the West Wild? Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm also in that category. Yeah, Ty, but the problem is I'm still King Dent. I live on the top. My throne is at the top of Baboon Denton Mountain. Do not cut trees either. Yeah, I'm not worried about trees. Like I said, the closest tree to our house is going to be like 50 yards away. Yeah. Now I'm going to have to fail miserably on purpose. I don't know. It's so overwhelming. Because I'd still want to get something with Starlink as like a backup. All I know is my internet cost is definitely going up from what I pay right now for fiber. Works fine to trade. It's the easiest thing you ever hooked up. So how do you not permanently mount it to your house then? Is there like a non-permanent mount? Well, yeah, no, we doubt it in the sense of we don't know what you mean. When you said there are big sellers trapped, okay, fine, but how would you make money from that? So we were looking for three numbers. So really, there's no point in clarifying now because it's going to have to just be basically a hindsight analysis plan. So moving forward, we just need numbers. We just need numbers. Just get the direct plug adapter. Yeah, just use the stand. On my roof? How does that work? Don't I have to bolt it down or something so the I will win doesn't blow it away? Use sandbags? Wait, so you're out there like moving it every day or every month? Oh man, I think I need to hire one of you guys to come. I don't even know what's going on anymore. This is getting too complicated. Maybe the live stream will just have to die. I don't know. I think some of you guys think I'm more. Listen, I'm not a mechanically inclined person. Some of you are just presupposing that I'm like good with tools and all that sort of stuff. I'm not. Especially you, John. You build houses like all this. Like, oh, it's no big deal. You just got to pour concrete and then you got to wire up a three-phase adapter, and then all you got to do is put some plumbing fixtures in there, and you're good to go, brother. Mine has been in the same stand in my orchard. Yeah, I think I just need to see it to really understand how it works. Robert will help you, but he won't help clean. Hey, actually, they were sweeping the upstairs. I never went checked. I gave Robert a hard time. I'm like, man, what a mess. He's like, the upstairs is done. I'm like, oh, that's not clean as like it is. He's like, listen. And to be fair, I heard brooms up there. So the electricians were actually sweeping up after themselves. That video shows you. What video? I'm not sure you can put links in here. Again, nobody isn't. That's just a trust me, bro. And what is the problem with giving three numbers? Why are you acting like three numbers? Like, I guess I'm not wanted here unless I can give three numbers. Well, why don't you just give three numbers then? I don't follow big trades, but in NQ where the big bars are, my TP was hit to the T. No, well, we don't know that. That's what we call a trust me, bro. Trust me, bro, my target price was hit to the T. I mean, I didn't disclose anything ahead of time. Yeah, not to mention, who cares? Give it to us on NQ then. What is going on here? That is a mind-blowing thing. Well, I guess since I want clarity from me, if I'm not willing to give clarity, I'm not wanted here. Like, that's like makes us to be the bad guys. Like, shame on us for seeking clarity. But that is correct. If somebody is not willing to provide clarity, well then by definition that's going to be a very awkward, inefficient conversation. That's such a weird thing to say though. Oh, well, I'm not wanted here then since I'm not willing to provide clarity. Well, okay, yeah. The point is the receiver moves itself. Oh, the receiver moves itself. Okay, so the satellite or the Starlink thing itself moves. I thought you meant you had to go out there and like constantly move it around. But do not mount it permanently to your house. Okay, well that makes difference. I did not realize the Starlink itself would adjust and move. Yeah, again, I saw that. I saw that. But as you said, the train already left. You didn't make the trade. So with all due respect, who cares that your target price was hit? Because guess what? You got the entry point wrong. The train left without you. So it's irrelevant that your target price was hit when you never got in the first place. So I don't know why you're sitting here talking about, like in a bragging fashion, my target price was hit to a T. But you didn't make any money from it because you got your entry point wrong. That, by the way, folks watching, that is why trading's hard. Because yeah, you can say, oh, there's my target price hit. Well, did you get in? Well, no, I got that part wrong. Yeah, see, you got to get all parts right. So again, thank you. I appreciate you giving those three numbers. I had thought you'd something else. Okay, I see. You won't see me again. What? Who are these people? Who are these, like, marshmallows? They're so soft. Hey, can you give us three numbers? No. Unbelievable. That is wild. But see, people the marshmallows, their egos can't stand. Like, he tried to brag about his target price being hit, but because he gave his numbers, again, props to him in that regard. But now I guess he's upset because he doesn't get to brag about a target price being hit because it doesn't matter because he never got filled. I don't know. Some of these people, I don't even get this anymore. I guess some people are just marshmallows. They're a bit soft. Soft and gooey. Gotta be Gen Z? I don't know. That's crazy. The amount by which some people are so offended by 3 numbers. It is a mind-blowing thing. I had to move until I found out where I wanted to be. Oh no! What was confusing me, John, was I thought the reason why you didn't permanently place it somewhere is because you were always having to go out there and like shift it yourself. Like, okay, now I got to angle it this way. Okay, now I got to angle it that way. But I see what you're saying is it will angle itself for you, but it might be worth experimenting. Where do you want to permanently put it? I got you there. I couldn't give you 3 numbers. And that's fine, Philip. No problem. There's no shame in admitting that. It's the people that want to act all smart and then they just start to do mental gymnastics on why they can't do 3 numbers. Or like Guh, just a marshmallow, I guess very easily offended that because we wanted 3 numbers, you won't see me again. Thank goodness. No room for marshmallows here. I want pieces of iron, not pieces of butter. If you're a marshmallow, if you're a piece of butter, I don't know if we're going to get along well. That was a wild interaction. Wild. Oh, I see. You want 3 numbers for clarity. Yeah, you won't see me again. What? My Starlink does not angle itself. I have no idea what to believe anymore. We got one guy saying it angles it for him. Now we got another. I don't know. Maybe you have an older generation. I don't know anymore. Yeah, good call, Paige. If you're trading because you're bored, not a good thing. Don't get the mini. Okay, keeping the West Wild. Do you have the mini? What's the move here? I'm waiting for Harper Electrical Contractors to tell me what to do. Like in the back of my mind, I was thinking, man, I need Harper Electrical Contractors to show up to tell me what to do. So that is the move. I have both, but the mini is for the truck. Well, is the mini the one you have to move? Yeah, I'll just do some research. Just get the most. Yeah, at this point, that seems like I need to do. All right. What is your most expensive satellite? That's the one I want. And I want to be able to plug it into my computer. Hey, what's up, props? To be fair, the Delta bubbles he uses works well. I'm open to the idea that all these cool sounding things work. All I'm asking is that people provide clarity in which how they are using these things. Clarity being defined as those 3 numbers. That's which, Cam, I know you understand. You've done it, but it's weird how some of these people they just Go was a very interesting one. I have not seen anybody that soft in a while. That was crazy. Wait, you want clarity? Okay, well, you won't see me again. That was wild. That was wild. Yeah, if you are offended by somebody seeking clarity, I think that's a red flag for you. The person offended by the other person seeking clarity. That's not a good sign. Trust me, bro. Well, he was like offended. That was so crazy. Okay, I see. You won't see me again. Wild, wild stuff. Today, that's gonna live on in infamy for a while. Wait, you want clarity? Okay, well, you won't see me again. Well, hey, if you enjoyed the stream or if you have been enjoying and you want to help support it, this is totally viewer supported. So if you want to help keep it ad free and then just flat out keep the stream alive, keep the party going, then code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms I use, I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the industry, but I do realize everybody's at different points, different goals. Some of you are copy trading across multiple firms. But either way, if you use any of these prop firms, then code Clay, which is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. Whatever the promotions are that any of these prop firms are offering, code Clay will give you access to that. So you accomplish a couple things. You save yourself some money while also supporting a stream that you enjoy and helping to keep that stream ad free. So for those of you that have used code Clay, I thank you for it. You are truly making a difference. And yeah, the party has continued and will continue. But I'm going to go ahead and call it good. The market has slowed down quite a bit here, but today was definitely much better than yesterday. So that's always a plus. Yesterday, the wheels fell off a bit, but there was no wheels falling off today, so that was good. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern at the latest, but usually I show up earlier than that. So that is where turn on the notification bell helps, because it'll alert you to when I do go live. But appreciate you all being here. We experienced some marshmallows today, but that's okay. There are marshmallows in this world. And if people want to be marshmallows, then so be it. But overall, I'm glad that the vast majority of you are pieces of iron. And iron sharpens iron. That's what it's all about. So take care, everybody. Have a good one. Like I said, code Clay, all caps. Hit that like button. See everybody back tomorrow. Take care.